your game. Vivo V15 series. Vivo.
Zombie, Darkest Night. The newest mode in the zombie universe is here. This time, the rules are different. No more parachuting, as players will be placed at random locations on the map when the match begins, and there is no single winner. Players must work with their teammates to spend one long night in the match and stay alive until the sun comes up. Waves and waves of zombies will spawn during each of the 3 foggy periods at night, and supplies should only be scavenged when the fog fades. The main objective is not to defeat other players, though this doesn't mean they are harmless. Players may need to work with other teams when necessary, but should also watch their backs in case the Fragile Alliance goes south. This will be a unique experience for every player involved. This new mode also comes with a passive skill for every player. Understanding these skills will be the key to staying alive in this long night. Can you ride out the night?
Do you play PUBG Mobile? Maybe you never run out of stamina. Maybe you're always aware of your surroundings. Maybe you're an amazing cook with the pan. Maybe you're a great driver. But as soon as you hear the sound of an airplane, you get into the zone. In PUBG Mobile, you all come from different walks in life. But you face the same dangers on the battleground. And you become friends. You work together to overcome the obstacles. This is PUBG Mobile. There's a #1 in all of us. Welcome to the PUBG Mobile first anniversary party. PUBG Mobile, be the one.
They didn't even do so, but now they're going for, and there's an extra push run out on that Shack trying to take members down one by one, but RGStarTeam having 2 members down on the side.
Look at Alex going on top of the roof, using that car to his advantage. Fantastic flank around that is United Earth.
SOI pulling the trigger, looking to look for that flank. Nick doing a really good job for his team.
KharDimaghh, 1 member getting knocked down, stand the eagle shot. Can he find it? No, they get knocked down.
Shut up, they're not ready to pull that fight.
Is it going to be Peekaboo
That's the
ICU?
wall. No, don't jump over, you're going to get sprayed down to you play. That's a huge mistake when you're doing that animation. But he does get another one on Chuck LCC. SLC sit up, then trying to spray was that AKM. It's just going to be that little bit too much.
Angles getting shots fired. Loki's Ares has been knocked down. Thor coming down from the roof, knocks down Vegeta, but it's going to be a 3v1. That's squad wide going out to.
I think that might be the end. Oh, huge grenade from Nurik.
Situation before.
Nice.
Pull out stops. They're trying to get into a quicker part.
They are bloodthirsty right now. Kim and Salty, they're just holding so well. They have the coverage, they have these rocks, they have so many rocks. Trust the process. Odin, the last chance for his team, looking to play extremely aggressive. Has just got popped back, but that will be the end, losing 2 members. They can't go for it. Perfect, there it is. That's a big mistake coming out from Abbott eSports. Another fight going to get third man party by Trust the Process, hit from behind by ShiNiGaMi, balck Imperium. Oh, this is not looking good for them, and that's going to be SOI securing another juicy kill going their way. Oh my god. The Sonic of PUBG Mobile is wolf.
3v2 situation. Yes, they do get those knockdowns, they get those kills. That's going to be 2 members of Camp to Win knocked down.
And this Shadow's going to look to engage and take a little bit of heavy damage back and forth. Will get knocked at the end of the day. And that's going to be KharDimaghh actually coming out on top, which is really surprising. That's so hell. Last member alive from ShiNiGaMi balck. Can he pull off the 1v3? Let's look for it. He does, oh, he doesn't have the information. That's very unfortunate. He's going to try and get that kill. But KharDimaghh, nice. Chuck LCC, the sniper of Team SOI, gets a shutdown. Let's go, baby.
Oh, there's so much pressure. He's down to about 5 health.
To Scenario Imperium, and they get him.
Yes, so he can be a little bit of a distraction. Yes, he is. Yes, he's knocked down Pangmi. Perfect play coming out from Satora, but he gets the final blow.
And hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the final day of the semi-finals of the PUBG Mobile Club Open Spring Split. My name is Maxman, joined by my boy Imperium. We're ready to jump into the action in just a few short minutes. But as I said, everything is about to arrive to an end. Which teams will make it through to the regional finals? We'll have to wait and see.
Of course, there's a long way to go. 4 games, lots of action. If you want to check out all the standings, leaderboard, whatever you want, head on over to clubopen.pubgmobile.com. And of course, whether you're watching us on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, please hit that like, hit that follow, smash that subscribe so you can get notified, stay up to date when we go live. Maxman, see you've got something beside you there.
Just like yesterday, I'm going to showcase to you guys the Vivo V15 gaming phone. If you want to try and play PUBG Mobile to the next level, this is the phone for you. You can also see it's got a nice little pop-up selfie camera, which is feeling like a Jedi from Star Wars like that. It's got a Snapdragon 675 processor, which is just great for gaming, so you can play PUBG Mobile on that nice cinema setting. Feels really nice. It's got 8 GB of RAM. You got also 128 GB of storage, so it really looks great. And you can look take some lit selfies also.
Very nice.
Very nice, my wife.
That's what I do like to see. It does look a very nice phone, very impressive. Of course, PUBG Mobile Club Open is brought to you by Vivo, the official sponsor. Official
and smartphone.
Of course, so let's get into this. We've got a lot of action. We do see the schedule up ahead of us. The games you're going to see, we're getting on to Miramar in the second game, Maxman.
Gonna have some derby action. I am hype, Imperium. Are you hype?
Oh, man, I'm so hype.
Are you guys hype at home? Let's go. We're about to jump in it. As you said, Imperium, we're going to have some Miramar. Starting right off the bat with some Vikendi action, then followed up with Miramar and double Erangel overall. Going to be a lot of action. We're going to be ending it where everything has started with Erangel. Going to be really fun.
Yeah, the tale started near enough 4 weeks ago, and it's ending with some fantastic plays. However, before we get into this game, we're going to have a look at the overall standings, the top 16 teams, but this is not over yet. It's 4 games, and a lot of these bottom teams bleed down from trust the process and under. A lot of these teams are playing in these last 4 games, Maxon.
Yeah, there's all going to be fine for that top 16 spot. Quadcore on the verge of getting kicked out, so Quadcore, eyes are on you right now. Same for No Mercy. The teams are on the verge. Unfortunately, also today, Imperium will be saying goodbye to T25 and KharDimaghh as they will not be able to redeem themselves. But anyways, enough chit-chat. we are ready to jump into the first game of the last day of semifinals of the PUBG Mobile Club Open.
Yes, as we do see, these teams are looking to drop. We have a straight central playing trajectory, right down the middles, right down split. A lot of teams will be able to access the areas that they want on the map, Max. And we do see teams are looking to drop straight away, like the ELEMENTRIX staying in the deep south. We do a SOLTISQUAD moving in on the north. And as we see this first circle, it's not occupied by much water, Max. Only about 15-20%. And then that will allow these teams to really move in. 50-60% are in the safe zone already.
Even though if it's only 15 to 20% water, you still got a huge coastline. Enough area to work with for most of these teams.
Very
you can
true.
probably fit like 6, 7, 8 teams maximum. Yep. So if they can get that location early on, they're going to be able to loot fast and hold that position for a really long amount of time. So really going to be interesting to see how these teams look forward into this game. ELEMENTRIX always drop in winery. Works out for them pretty fast, so good.
Trust the process, and Rose really holding tight onto that 7th place for now. Trust the process are in 11th place. They are one of those teams that are realistically fighting for the top 16 for the regional final spot. So they will definitely want to play it safe. They will be aware there's an enemy team around them, and if I were them, Maxman, I'd back off, play it safe, maybe even move to another looting area, and then go from there.
My question is, can you tell Rose to back off? I think I've never seen Rose back off from the fight. They've been picking fight after fight after fight. That's why they've been known as one of the most aggressive teams coming out from China. The Chinese meta in PUBG Mobile so far, it is like extremely aggressive, forcing in compounds and trying to pick early kills early on. So I would guess that Team Rose wants to pick that fight versus Trust the Process. Trust the Process doesn't have that much experience in early game fights. They're really good at holding compounds for a really long amount of for a really long period of time. So I think that Rose here has more opportunities to take this fight if they do want to pick it.
100%. When you talk about these Chinese teams, we look at Nova, who are playing in these games today. They are currently lying in second, and they have gotten two 26-point games, but either way, we're going to see a lot of action now as Trust the Process Vikendi going in on to Rose, and that's a knockdown. And
that's Vikendi with the Scorpion doing some work. Imperium gets 2 shutdowns, but Rose now, they're on the back for it indeed, and not looking good, and they are the most aggressive team here, and they're a little bit split. The 2 teams already split. I think it's a little bit weird on both sides. He's going to get in, get those nice, juicy kills. Vikendi getting 2 shutdowns at the start of this game, and we're just about 3 minutes in. This is huge for Trust the Process.
It is pretty good. However, Rose are far from down and out. They still have 1 member alive and 1 member knocked down. Is definitely putting them under a lot of pressure, though. Hodge is close to losing his life. Let's see what this Rose member can do to flank around, whether he's going to look to hold, try and protect his teammate, or whether they've communicated and gone, look, dude, get the hell out of here. It's a 4v1 situation. It's not worth it. I
think Vikendi had literally at 1 HP remaining. That was just so close on his side.
So close.
Going to see a few of these teams all around the board. Look at that. The Destroyer, the team that been having some kind of all over the place kind of performances, and now they are split. They got away from the team, avoiding fights as much as possible, which is great.
What I've noticed is a lot of the teams that have dropped on the outside in terms of the coastal areas away from the potential action are the teams that are fighting for the regional finals, Max, and so they know that they've got to play it safe. They've got to get those point standings, and if they can get a couple of kills, 6, 7, 8 kills along the way, even better.
They're going to try and play passive. Also, Vikendi is a map that's really easy to drop anywhere, and also the plane was very central, so if you want to get on that coastline, it's extremely easy to do. Enough room to share between all of these 16 teams so far. Only 3 shutdowns. There were 3 members of Rose, which is going to be also a huge loss. Rose so far, they are in 7th position. They got 1 chicken dinner. There was the first game of the semifinals. So far, they've been pretty decent, but overall, their consistency during the semifinals isn't really that high.
Yes, indeed. So, but let's see how they can go on. We are currently on to Nova. Nova, they are so close to taking over that top spot. They have a small amount of point deficit ahead of SRY, and they have 4 games to overtake them. So I think that's pretty much going to be impossible.
I also saw that in the Twitch chat, the YouTube chat, the Facebook chat, people's been supporting Nova eSports so much because they've been doing so many good moves. They got 3 chicken dinners in a row on Friday. It was just a huge amount of play. So also, if you did unfortunately miss that, you can go over to clubopen.pubgmobile.com. You have all the VODs, all the info. I would highly recommend to go check that out because that is some top tier PUBG Mobile gameplay.
It is indeed. Now, I do want to talk about the overview of what we're looking at, Maxman, when it comes to what these teams need to do from an average point of view. Because we say that there's a lot of teams fighting for the elimination zone fighting to get into the regional finals. When you look at the points difference in the top half of the table, well, from 8th to 16th, there's about 57-point difference from 11th place to 16th place. That's Trust the Process in 11th, Quad in 16th. Then when you look below that, we do see that there's only a 19-point difference between 16th and 21st. So it's really close and a lot of points to gain from these 4 matches.
I'm going to have a close look right now on this map. ELEMENTRIX, they dropped Winery. They rotated so early on, and the zone has just started closing up. As you mentioned, like early on in the semifinals, teams would not be that good on positioning, but they learn from their mistakes. ELEMENTRIX is a prime example, and I'm really hoping they can make it up because so far, ELEMENTRIX, they are in 17th position. That is the position that will get you kicked out. They need 3 points to take over Quadcore, hoping Quadcore doesn't get any more points. But still, ELEMENTRIX, they are very close to make it up in that top 16, so all eyes are on this team.
So true, Max, and that's the difference that we're seeing now compared to the group stages. In the group stages, we had 3 or 4 teams that it was in their own direct control to qualify for the semi-finals. The other teams above them had already played their final games, whereas now we're seeing 6, 7, 8 teams that are playing against each other while trying to qualify for the regional finals. As you pointed out yesterday, Maxan, the teams that qualify for the regional finals, they will automatically get a spot in the next fall split. So the teams that are lower down, that are kind of fighting for their spot, that's what they're kind of aiming for. They're not trying to aim for first place. They're just trying to get there so they can at least initially straight out qualify for a full split.
It's definitely not game over if you do unfortunately not make it in the top 16. You've got the opportunity to keep training and make it back up in the top 16 for the full split. So good luck for all of these teams. But right now, we are in the action on Vikendi. Gonna have a little bit of a look on ShiNiGaMi balck. And ShiNiGaMi balck actually had a few decent games yesterday. But even then, like, they had a few good moves. They had one swipe out on Team RGStarTeam. But still, overall, they got to try and do better.
They've got to pull out a miracle, Max. And they're currently lying in 23rd on 23rd place on a total of 83 points. And they need a 42. Total of about 39 to 40 points to qualify above 16. But their average points per game, Maxon, is only 6.92. So they're literally going to have to perform above everything they've ever done.
As I mentioned, they were able to get RGStarTeam, so they have the potential to do so. Going to have a little closer look at this minimap. A few teams now rotating in, trying to hold the compounds in the zone. No Mercy, going to be one of those zones on the very edge of the circle. They're going to be holding it pretty nicely.
They do like to hold the edge of the circle a lot in a good few of their games. They do prefer to do that. We've seen them a couple of times going straight into the middle of the circle, but very more often than not, they do like to camp around the edge and then hold that position. They are currently lying in 15th, so they're far from the safe zone. They've got to make up in good points.
The Destroyer are going to have to try and move in really soon because the zone is going to be ticking soon. Also, like, no one is really holding those pinpoint areas to make it through to the zone, so they can make it through, but also we do not have that kind of information on the side of the Destroyer. So if they want to act, they've got to act fast.
They do indeed. Part of the reason why I'm kind of not talking so much about the circle and what we're seeing is because this is the first game of the day. I'm not expecting these teams to play too aggressively and just to see how it comes in on the next couple of phases.
We saw Pacific of Team Quadcore losing one of their members. Fatman also going to get knocked right now. Pacific was flushed a few seconds ago. ICBM also going to be knocked. Azrock, you're the last chance for your team. Where's he at, actually? I can't even see him. Is he leaving? I'd recommend to leave right now, Azrock. This is not a fight for you. I don't think you can really turn this fight around versus SOLTISQUAD, team from the POW, a.k.a. Team Move Out during the group stage. And yeah, he's playing really passive. He's taking a lot of heavy damage. He's going to get shut down. And that is a huge loss because, as we said, Quadcore, they are in 16th position. And this is not a good start. You might get kicked out.
You're in 16th. You get wiped out of 16th.
Get 0 points.
At 0 points, that's 0 chances of making it into the regional finals for this game one. Feels bad, man. Good for SOLTISQUAD in terms of just helping on their confidence. They are lying in 8th position overall, Max, and so you know they don't exactly need to finish first, but you want to secure that position right as quickly as possible. We now are on to Rose. Rose down to 1 member. They got clapped by Trust the Process.
By Trust the Process. With the Scorpion also, the new weapon that just came out a few days ago. And he just shredded it. So you got used to it really fast.
They say Scorpion is like the new mini Uzi. And what makes it better is that it's got 40 clips. So, or 40 bullets in a clip.
It's usually on steroids.
Exactly. So it means that you can spray that a little bit more, and you have a more effective engagement. So let's see how it does pan out. SNG holding around the middle of the circle. Talking about the circle, starting to close in. We have a clump of about 5 or 6 teams in the very center, trying to make sure that they can get into the high place position. But the risk of that, Maxman, is that you face a lot of potential action from teams all around you. So you've got to protect every single angle.
The next phase of the game is showing up, and the dead center, as you said, still pretty central to the next circle whatsoever. But yeah, still a little bit of coastline overall is all good. Nova eSport, they're in such a good position right now, Imperium.
They are, but I feel like they have realized that it's going to go out of the coastal zone in the next phase or two. So they're actually moving out. We do see a bit of a grenade shot taking each other out.
Okay, no mercy. They just got swiped out.
They kind of swiped each other out.
Did they just drive in a rock or something?
No, I don't know whether it was a grenade, rock, something, but something went wrong for them. And they all took each other out in some way. So maybe if we can possibly get a replay of that. Either way, we have to move on with this game. Headshot, HS headshot. I know.
Like, I'm looking at my spreadsheet, like, no mercy. You're in 15th position. You can't allow yourself to do those kind of moves. And also, if you were all in one same car, like, what are you doing? No mercy. You shouldn't be like this.
Feels bad, man.
You're representing Australia. You're the only team from Australia. Come on.
Feels bad, man. Right now, ABBA are gauging onto SNG. I know.
Face
cringe. They are engaging onto SNG. A couple of shots being fired, but now we do see SNG moving into this compound and trying to get a bit of better protection, hopefully even a bit of better height, so they can get onto ABBA. But now, Cerberus on top of that roof, trying to get prone shots onto SNG.
Now you learn how to get on roofs, Imperium. Have you played on roofs or not?
No, I haven't yet.
No, you haven't yet? God, damn it. Okay, I want to see Imperium play on the roof at some point. But yeah, we're having a look on Team ABBA eSport. They are so far in 19th position. They need 20 points. That's an average of 5 points per game. You also expect the teams like Quadcore and stuff to win points if they don't get flushed out in 16th position. But like, they can definitely, like, 5 average per game is definitely doable. Right now, though, MK Gun going to be knocked from afar by sngclub. Not looking good for this team so far.
Yeah, they're not helping themselves. Like I said, these teams, you're fighting for regional spots. You want to play safe. Why are you engaging 13 minutes into the game, Max, on only the second phase? It doesn't make sense. Move in, away, into the circle, get a nice, safe compound, and go from there. It boggles my mind why some of these teams are engaging so early on in the game.
And also, there's no need to peek at that point. Your third-person view, you can easily see past a window without putting yourself at risk.
100%
there's no reason. So there's just a few mistakes coming out from ABBA. Let's hope that they are able to make up for that mistake. They're all good for now. Regen back up, MK Gun. Going to get regen back up to 75%. Just holding compounds, playing really passive. And we're just taking our time. As the zone, phase 2 is about to end right now, and we'll get to phase 3. Slowly but surely is going to get away from the coastline.
It will indeed. Now, we are into United Earth. United Earth, a team from Bangladesh. They're currently lying in 18th place with 111 points. Strong chance as we do see this next circle closing in. Is it going to stay in the coastline? Is it going to move away? Time will tell, but still a lot of these teams are actually spaced out quite effectively. However, Nova, United Earth, HS and AST all in a nice little square.
SOLTISQUAD and ShiNiGaMi Balck in a really good position too. Same for Gamers of Pakistan on the very edge of that zone. Going to be closing up very soon. Still pretty central, a little bit of coastline, but you can almost ignore it. But Nova eSport, you mentioned it a few minutes ago, they had to leave the coastline because it was going to get more central and get more inland. And Nova eSport responding really fast. So once again, this is why Nova eSport has got 3 chicken dinners in a row. They are next level. Like, they're thinking so far ahead every time, and it's great.
Exactly. And now I know they haven't got the highest points match in all of the regions that went over to India, but they have gotten 2 games of 51 points in each. That's over 100 points in 2 games. That is absolutely ridiculous, especially when we compare to the average points per match. Right now, they're standing on about 28 points per game, which is a ridiculous average. Gamers of Pakistan, Maxman, they are really fighting for their spot. They're in 21st, but like I said, it is close.
Yeah, they're going to try and work their way through this leaderboard. Going to have a little bit of a Nice for you on Team Headshot. Team Headshot so far, they are in 13th position. So still there is a potential for them to get flushed
100%.
out of the top 16. Yeah. They are playing really passive, which, like, because of their situation right now in the leaderboards, they've got to play very carefully.
Yeah, Destroyer are coming under fire from ABBA and SNG. We do see a couple of knockdowns on 2 members right now. Another knockdown onto the Destroyer. That's not looking good for the Destroyer. I believe that came down to all of them being in one vehicle, if I'm not
They were
mistaken.
all in one vehicle, but they got knocked one by one.
Yes.
And like split out a little bit. So also, once again, another team that is in 14th position, that is the Destroyer. So playing risky like that is not going to work out for you at the end of the day. Seems like Yojin from SNG has the info, but he has a little bit of protection, a little bit of cover. So he's not going to really give himself out quite yet. Man's not going to get regen back up. See you later, Alligator. This is the end of your story.
Feels bad, mans.
Feels bad.
Feels bad, mans.
Mans? Oh, yeah.
I
see what you did there.
Thank you. So we do see this circle. It is going to start to close in. I do like where CS Pro Gaming are occupied. There are no team around them in the Christians area. ELEMENTRIX are very much in the center. However, Trust Process are near them. ABBA are moving in. And once again, as you talked about, SOLTISQUAD, they're occupying that south, although they are realistically going to be heading into the path of Nova and Headshot. So that's a bit of a risk they have to be careful of.
You can see the stakes are high. These teams are playing really passive, being very careful, except for a few of those teams that, like after No Mercy, you did a mistake. I don't know what happened. But that still is really enjoyable to see they are really spread out as evenly as possible. And they know that here, this is the game that might describe the future of their PUBG Mobile career Imperium. Because once again, 2.5 million does change your life a little bit. just a little bit.
Just a little bit. We do see ABBA firing up a couple of shots against Trusted Process. They're actually trading shots from one place to another. Like you said, there's no need to peek for a lot of these teams maximum because you're in third-person view, so you're able to kind of just angle yourself around with the camera to see what's near you. And once again, I don't get why these teams are engaging on each other. You're only 70 minutes into the game. It is only Phase 3. There's still 13 teams alive. We do see ShiNiGaMi balck going on to Gamers of Pakistan. Some area of the
zone is about to close up. Where's it going to be on what team? Pretty central. It's still going to be pretty central overall. Going to have a few teams that are going to have to reposition. CS Pro Gaming, easy repositioning. ShiNiGaMi balck. SNG Club, they're going to have to reposition too. ShiNiGaMi balck, as I mentioned it, they're also a little bit out of the zone. Going to be picking a fight with Gamers of Pakistan in the distance. They're going to try and make it through ASAP.
Actually inside the circle.
I thought it was the outer circle.
I get you, man. They're inside the circle, but they are near the river. That river, that little lake area is going to cause a little bit of hassle. However, ShiNiGaMi balck, they're engaging quite nicely on the Gamers of Pakistan. They're split up a little bit. I would like to see them kind of a little bit closer together while formating around. However, they are getting those effective knockdowns on the Gamers of Pakistan, who are down to, I believe, one member that actually has any kind of health to move out. Molotov cocktail is going to be thrown out. He's going to slightly connect, but Yaman gets knocked down, and that is a squad wipe going over to ShiNiGaMi balck.
Sweet mama jeez, ShiNiGaMi balck, they need some kills, they need a good positioning overall, and they are starting off the day really well on Vikendi. Get a few extra points with a flush team wipeout. 13th position overall, going over to Gamers of Pakistan. And Gamers of Pakistan, they're just above them of 2 position in 21st. And that's not a good start. Like, a lot of these teams are doing mistakes that they shouldn't do to make it through to the top 16.
Hey, look, of course, somebody has to finish in last, right? Somebody has to finish in 14th, 13th, 12th, etc. You just don't want it to be you. You've got to try your best. However, we do see CS Pro Gaming engaging onto ABBA or vice versa. Let's see what can happen.
That is one weird engage coming out from ABBA eSport. Also, you saw one of the members, they jumped over the wall, and when you jump over, that is an animation that doesn't allow you to shoot back, and he just got shut down instantly. So ABBA eSport doing a little bit of a weird move, and that's a few more points for CS Pro Gaming, and they need it, you know?
Very true. However, ABBA not down and out. They still have one member left, that is Iot, so let's see what he can do in this first game of the day. Like I said, a lot of these teams are fighting for their spot that are playing in these 4 games, so the narrative is going to constantly shift game by game. There's no direct story to tell for now. It could come down to the final game. It could come down to 2 games before that. We will obviously find out as we get through. So it's really exciting, Maxon. We're getting to this next phase. Let's see how this circle is going to close
Where is
up
it going to be?
and compact these teams together even more.
Just a few more seconds to wait.
If we can get an overview of that, yes. As we do see, it is getting a little bit tighter. About 40-50% of the teams are in the circle. I do like where SOLTISQUAD are once again occupied, very much in the south, nowhere that they need to go. I would fear for the likes of the teams moving in from the north, 3 or 4 teams going to come together.
Definitely Imperium, still ELEMENTRIX, they are holding compound in the pretty nice area overall. They're starting to reposition. They are out of zone, so they've got to try and do that fast. The Destroyer, S, the last member remaining. They need a good score. They need a good performance. So stakes are high for this team. All of the hopes of the Destroyers on your shoulders, my friend. Let's see how his adventure goes on from here on out. AST, also another team that is in the elimination zone. They are in 20th. They need 20 points. They can try and make it work out. But though, trust the process. They are going really fast, getting to get lasered back and forth from all sides. Going to be a little bit of a risky move, but they do make it out alive.
Yeah, we do see AST going up against CS. Pro Pakistan, but headshots and trust the process coming together.
That's going to be trust the process lasering the members of Team Headshot. 2 members down, 3 members down. Guyton going to be now a 1v3 scenario. Can you pull it off? It's going to be a little bit complicated, and that will be Headshot taken out. 12th position going for themselves.
Oh, trust the process. This Nepali team, supported by all the other Nepali teams, whether they're against each other or not, they wipe out Headshot. Go in, nice formation coming in from them. We didn't get too much detail of deep inside, but from what we saw, how they came in as a 4-man squad, occupied all angles, and essentially somewhat surprised Headshot. Boom, taken out just like that. Another 4 kills.
Nice plays overall. Emerge, rushing on through in that compound. Going to get knocked instantly. He just actually knocked himself as he landed in that wall. A lot of car mistakes today, Imperium. We will be regen. Does have the protection from the compound. Good to go. As we're going to have a little bit of a point of view from Murillo Wild, from Team United Earth. They are a team that's been evolving so well over the course of the entire tournament. During the group stage, they were a little bit all over the place, but like recently, for the past few days, Imperium, they've been doing great. Great performance overall.
Consistency has heavily improved. Average points per match have heavily grown, and they're looking pretty good right now, but they've got to get through their next hurdle, which is against CsPGPk, this Pakistan team, going up against United Earth. Let's see who's going to come out on top, because we do see a bit of a team fight going on in the mini-map on our right-hand screens, Maxman.
They're going to try and rush look at that fight. ShiNiGaMi Balck picking a fight with ELEMENTRIX. ELEMENTRIX actually coming out the losing team as Orange in a car. Going to try and make it away just in time. Going to get lasered on through. Just solo on HP. Orange gets to the rock just in time. Going to try and fight back. Maybe not the fight you want to go for, Orange. Just play it passive. Regen back up if you can, but they're looking for the Molotov plays. They're looking maybe for a few grenades. Going to get the regen back to 75%. A car would be a huge mistake, Orange. You're going to be very predictable. You're going to get lasered down. What are you doing, ELEMENTRIX? Going to get lasered. 10th position, going their way. You can't allow yourself to do these kind of mistakes.
This is the final stages of the semi-final. Why are these teams making the mistakes? Is it the fact that they can't deal with the pressure? Can they not handle these moments? Because that is what is going to tell the true path of how you are as a team at this stage. But well played by ShiNiGaMi balck. They got that squad wipe. ELEMENTRIX came in. They didn't get phased by it. They took them out one by one. I would say that when Orange got behind that rock, I do think ShiNiGaMi balck should have gone in there straight away before he was able to regen himself back up. Because at the end of the day, even though a Molotov cocktail was thrown out there, you know, different player could have gotten better chance.
Who's in the zone? It's Nova eSport. They want their 5th chicken dinner today, and they're going to try their best to do so. They're really central overall. But look, ShiNiGaMi balck. Sorry, I always say ShiNiGaMi balck.
Yeah, no.
sngclub. It always starts with the same. sngclub. Did you not having like too much coverage compared to Team AST? So if I were them, just leave. Seems like that's what they're doing right now. AST, they have a really good position, but they are also out of the zone, so they're going to have to move in at some point.
Yeah, but in fairness, AST are definitely closer to the circle, and also from our point of view, we see that they are they're moving away from Nova, so that's definitely a positive thing for them. United Earth and CsPGPk Pakistan, very close together in the same compound.
They are very close in trim.
They are going to go onto it. Let's see what he can do. A lot of action going on the way between these two teams. CsPGPk Pakistan, they need this good result, but as do SGI and United Earth, Maxman. It's a 3-way dance.
Look at that X-Me. He's just on the roof of United Earth. He's going to try and play around maybe with his positioning, trying to bamboozle them a little bit. There's 3 teams in one compound. Only a compound was only 3 houses to Imperium, and it hasn't broken out quite yet, but they are in the next circle. They are good to go. But right now, Trust the Process, they're getting flushed one by one. Not a good fight to pick up for themselves. And Nova eSport feeling strong once again.
Yeah, they take out that final member of AB eSports on the side now.
There it is.
That kill being knocked down by a deal. Fantastic shots coming out with that UMP of all guns. Great action coming out.
A UMP is a sniper. It's a well-known fact, Imperium. Because the Braces is going to be rushing. They did get a knock on Sada. Pangmi, though, one of the highest headshot ratio players in this entire semifinals, Imperium. And he's looking to play aggressive, trying to help his friend. A lot of utility going to be popped up, actually, by Trust the Process. But, you know, it's going to be working out for Pangmi, going to give him a little bit more coverage, block the line of sight from Trust the Process, and be able to regen back up Sada to potentially pick a fight versus the members of Trust the Process.
Of course, but so are Trust the Process doing the same thing. So it's very equal opportunity between these 2 teams right now, just looking to regen up. If I were Trust the Process or Salty, both of them, I'd get the hell out of there, to be honest, Maxan. Because we are getting into the final stages. We've got 17, 22 players alive. The circle has closed in. These 3 teams are still occupying those buildings. It is close to the circle, so that's one positive thing. But let's see what can happen. ShiNiGaMi, balck are going in onto United Earth.
United Earth, they are getting lasered one by one, Imperium, but ShiNiGaMi, balck, they're playing so aggressive, going in the house one by one, but they're losing members. They're getting flushed, actually. ShiNiGaMi, balck on the back foot, and look at that. United Earth looking super strong in their own house. Great job overall. But now United Earth, you've got to try and heal your wounds, try and regen back up some of your allies, as Lucifer is the last member standing on their side. Got to regen back up G5 and Murillo Wild. Can he do it in time? It does seem like it, but that was still a pretty good engage from ShiNiGaMi, balck. But when you go up that stair, he's only one by one. Oh, damn.
That was, I believe, a grenade that squad wiped. Yeah, it was a great grenade by Nit, helping SOLTISQUAD. They're going to be able to regen up. It's essentially 2v3 between Salty and Trust the Process.
Spicy grenade coming up from Trust the Process. bulck going to go really aggressive on Pandy. Shuts him down, turns into a 2v2 scenario overall. But bulck going to be knocked also. This is not good. It's Agario solo. The zone is right behind you. And unfortunately, he's going to get completely bamboozled. Another kill going over. SOLTISQUAD gets the wipeout.
And because it's in the blue zone, they're going to lose their lives. AJ is going to be the only member left on the side of SOLTISQUAD, so he's going to be the final member moving in. We're down to 4 teams, 9 players alive. Nova, full squad, as usual.
Caster's curse there for AJ. Imperium, unfortunately, he's going to get taken away. 3 teams remaining overall. That's going to be Nova eSport looking so strong once again. Imperium, they were strong on Friday. They were strong still on this Sunday. They had a full day to recover yesterday, and they are ready to smash AST and CS Pro Gaming. The good 2 teams going to be facing up against Nova. Can they take it home? We'll have to wait and see.
AST, you are lying in 20th, but one of the final 3 teams left. My lord, is he giving themselves the best possible chance. He's just got to stay safe. Allow the other 2 teams to go at each other. Nova, you do not want to go 4v1 against them, I'll tell you that much. You do see the circle moving in. AST is going to have to move in. And what are CS Pro Gaming going to do?
Nova eSport, they just don't need to pick that fight. If you look on the right side of your screen, they're in the dead center of the next circle. Just hold the position. CS Pro Gaming and AST, they're going to have to try and breach it at some point. So right now, Nova eSport, they're looking really strong to take this chicken dinner right now. We'll have to wait and see how it goes, but still, they just got to take their time. They have the rocks, they have the cars, they have so much coverage to work with. Great job from Nova.
But we do know that Nova love to engage. They love to shoot. They love to kill.
Well, it's a war game, yeah.
So they're going to find every chance that they get. But you are dead right. They have the circle absolutely on their own. I would like to see Otmar moving in a little bit more, because if he has any idea, Nova are engaging onto CSP.
TikTok, CS Pro Gaming, your time is up. The zone's going to be moving in, and I think that it might get shut down as it gets regen soon. AST going to be taken away. Nova eSport, they are taking teams down after team, and they're doing it great. And now this is the time to breach for CS Pro Gaming, trying to rush, using all of their utility, using the cars, but once again, not working out really well for them. They're going to get a few knocks on both sides. Look at Adele getting sprayed with that nice jump from CJ from Nova eSport, but they're losing members on both sides. But Nova eSport going to get Adele, last member remaining on the side. Who is it? It's Emerge. Can you pull off the 1v3? We'll have to wait and see.
He is occupying that rock. He's moving in. He's got the smokes that are around him, so he's going to be able to move them, use them to his advantage. However, with 3 Nova members around him, that's very risky. However, he is moving into the circle. Maxon, I've got to give him credit where credit is due. He does have plenty of painkillers, plenty of energy drinks, so if he can use those while still being inside the circle, but no.
That was Nova eSport. That's actually from Friday and today. That's 4 chicken dinners in a row over the course of the entire games. Nova eSport coming to you live from China and dominating the Wildcard Series. Once again, they got 5 overall chicken dinners in the semifinals, a huge contenders to represent Wildcard Series.
Yes, very much true. That could even put them straight into first overall after game 1, Maxman. But I want to talk about AST.
Does. They're first.
This team that are 20th, okay, fighting for a regional spot. That high amount of points on 3rd place, I think it's 19 points if I'm correct, with 2 kills is going to give them 21 points. Like I said, with a total of about 40 points between the bottom half teams, it gives them the best possible chance to move up, and this is only game 1. Also, credit to SGI and United Earth also finishing in the top 7, Maxon.
I'm really happy about the performance of Team AST. AST, they've been in, they were in, let me just not say a mistake, they were in 20th. They needed 20 points. They easily got that amount. They still got to fight with a few teams that are still battling for that top 16, but they need these kind of performances, and they start the day really well, so good job to Team AST.
Like I said, every game is going to be an evolution, so even though AST have performed well in this first game, because 7 or 8 of these teams are fighting for the regional final spot, it's not over till it's over. So we're going to once again see Nova only got 9 kills from that point of view, closing out with 39-point win. CsPro Pakistan with those 7 kills, getting 29 points. SOLTISQUAD with 8 kills, 24. ShiNiGaMi balck with 10. Like, ShiNiGaMi balck can trust the process. They might not have finished that high up, but my God, were they not afraid to attack.
I got one question right now.
Yep.
Where's Team ELEMENTRIX? They need to make it up. They were only requiring 3 points, but they're not in top 8, and ELEMENTRIX, they got flushed pretty early on. I do believe it was by ShiNiGaMi balck that happened, and like, it's an unfortunate place for them. So ELEMENTRIX, come on, they had so much support, and like, thank you very much for all of you guys watching, by the way, for all the support for all of these Nepal teams. It's been awesome. But come on, like, ELEMENTRIX, like, gonna have to step it up today.
Of course. However, you know who has stepped it up and who is a Nepali team that is trust the process, getting 12 placement points and 10 kill points, 22 points in total. Yes, they aren't exactly outside they aren't exactly like close to the drop zone. However, securing those extra points, it means that you're just making it easier for yourself. And come on, teams. Make it easy for yourselves. Don't make it harder. I know some of these teams, they perform best when they're under pressure, but when you got 4 games and every single game is going to be a consistent evolution, it means that you take 1 game at a time and you look to play super safe, get the high placement points. If you can secure, like I said, 5, 6, 7 kills along the way or at the end, perfect. But otherwise, just play safe.
Also, I got one thing. I still don't know what happened to No Mercy. I'll check a little bit if I can get that kind of information. We'll try and keep you guys updated.
Yeah, I'll probably try and shoot them a message and ask them what happened, but yeah.
But anyways, if you did unfortunately miss the action during the semifinals, you want to know what the standings are right now, because this is the time to check that kind of info out. You can go and check out the link down below, clubopen.pubgmobile.com. You have all the info and the standings right there. Also, if you're watching us live on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, don't hesitate, smash that like, smash that follow or subscribe button to be notified when we do go live. It was Maxman Imperium. We're going for a short break and see you in a few short minutes.
Game. Vivo V15 Series. Vivo.
Zombie, Darkest Night, the newest mode in the zombie universe, is here. This time, the rules are different. No more parachuting, as players will be placed at random locations on the map when the match begins, and there is no single winner. Players must work with their teammates to spend one long night in the match and stay alive until the sun comes up. Waves and waves of zombies will spawn during each of the 3 foggy periods at night, and supplies should only be scavenged when the fog fades. The main objective is not to defeat other players, though this doesn't mean they are harmless. Players may need to work with other teams when necessary, but should also watch their backs in case the Fragile Alliance goes south. This will be a unique experience for every player involved. This new mode also comes with a passive skill for every player. Understanding these skills will be the key to staying alive in this long night. Can you ride out the night?
Do you play PUBG Mobile? Maybe you never run out of stamina. Maybe you're always aware of your surroundings. Maybe you're an amazing cook with the pan. Maybe you're a great driver. But as soon as you hear the sound of an airplane, you get into the zone. In PUBG Mobile, you all come from different walks in life. But you face the same dangers on the battleground. And you become friends. You work together to overcome the obstacles. This is PUBG Mobile. There's a #1 in all of us. Welcome to the PUBG Mobile first anniversary party. PUBG Mobile, be the one.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
Hey, welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open. What an insane first game in Imperium. Nova eSport getting their 4th chicken dinner in a row, starting the day really nicely for them, but still, eyes are on all of these teams towards that top 16 position in Imperium. Stakes are high.
It's really close. Like I have been saying, it's a consistent evolution in the overall standings. If you want to check the overall standings yourself, you can head on over to clubopen.pubgmobile.com, find out all the information, and whether you're watching us on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, please hit that like, subscribe, and follow button so you can stay notified up to date when we go live. Max on AST, they finished high points, 21 in that first game. They moved up from 20th to 17th, and in between 14th place and 17th place, there's only 11 points. Hopefully we will get an overall standing so we can show you guys at home.
As you can see on your screen, we are about to drop on Miramar for the second game of the day. Imperium is dancing on my side. He wants some derby action. He wants some car moves. I don't think No Mercy wants any more car moves, to be honest.
To be honest, I don't want car moves. That's actually the last thing I want, because it's starting to actually full-on trigger me why these teams are moving out in one vehicle as a full squad. But either way, I am looking forward to Miramar.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. A big map, so you can expect passive early, really aggressive late game. Going to be nice to see. We're going to have a nice view of the standings. A nice to 16 position. The teams that are a little bit at risk in Imperium, a few of those. Like Team ELEMENTRIX, they did get a few points. They did overtake Quadcore, so they are now in 16th position, the place you want to be in, but it's still really risky with still 3 games to go. ELEMENTRIX, we are looking for a good performance.
Yeah, holding on to it by the skin of their teeth. Maxon, Headshot, the Destroyer have climbed up a couple of positions to secure, especially Headshot. They have about 20-point difference now between themselves and the likes of ELEMENTRIX and No Mercy, Maxon. And then up above that, we do see Trust the Process with a decent result in the first game and a decent point score. Have moved up to 11th place, very close to Hype, so really well played by them.
They haven't moved, they're still in 11th, same for Team Hype. They're holding their position pretty nicely. Cool. One team that I've been really upset with is Quadcore. They were in 16th position, they got flushed out. The first team to get flushed out was Quadcore. And they did the same kind of performances yesterday. Quadcore, you have to step it up. You were doing so good on the first weekend of the semifinals, and now it's just all of that gone to waste almost.
Well, here's the thing. In the group stage, they did it on the last day of group stage, so they can do it on the last day of the semifinals. But we do see from 8th to 1st Maxon, Nova, with that fantastic chicken dinner, they've moved automatically up to 1st place.
They finally overtook it. It took SOI 4 games to overtake Nova eSport. Nova took them 1 game.
1 game.
Easy, let's go. Like, really good performance. You can see most of the leaderboard is under the control of Chinese teams. You got Nova eSport, you got SRY, you got RGStarTeam, which are doing a huge performance. And they're just dominating. So once again, it is a clash of meta in the Wildcard series. Nepal is also doing a pretty good performance. Cam to win. They haven't given up their 3rd position for so long. I think since day 1 they've been 3rd and they haven't moved.
And I think the only team that can overtake them is SOLTISQUAD, lying in 7th. But they're also a Nepal team. So, you know, it's looking pretty good for these Nepal-based teams. Huge shout out to those teams that are being occupied. So, you know, really looking for these games. But like I said, it's a consistent evolution. Maximum, we are seeing all of these teams are going to really have to pull out some fantastic performances. I want to see the likes of ELEMENTRIX, No Mercy, the Destroyer come out on top of that mountain. Nova, they don't really need to do much, but they're still going to knock it. They're not going to give these teams an easy chance.
They're not going to give them an easy chance indeed. We're going to have a little bit of head-to-head of Cam to win versus Nomad Warriors. They already locked their position, so they are good. But as I said, Cam to win, always in 3rd position, not giving anything away. 86 kills going for Nomad Warriors. You mentioned multiple times how compared to group stage, they've been playing so well in the semifinals. And are you a proud dad, Imperium?
I am a proud dad. Really huge credit to them. If I can get in contact with them in future, it'd be an absolute pleasure to speak to them. But yeah, Camtoon also do me proud as well. This Nepali team, they had some rough games between both group stages and semis, but they pulled it out.
Look, we are about to jump on Miramar. Get your sunscreen ready, ladies and gentlemen, and look at this plane. So central, you can drop anywhere from the map on this huge Miramar location, and you're going to have some teams that are going to be happy to jump at their favorite locations.
I'm just admiring the plane, to be honest.
ELEMENTRIX.
Looks like a nice plane.
ELEMENTRIX going for El Pozo. It is a nice plane. It's a white plane.
I wonder if it's comfortable.
I don't think so. That's why people jump out. It's not comfortable.
True.
Hell no, not anymore.
So yeah, as you point out, ELEMENTRIX dropping straight away, looking ahead to El Pozo, ABBA, heading down deep south. Not a lot of teams dropping straight away. Like you said, Miramar is a bigger map, so there's a lot of places to go. And of course, these teams have yet to find out when this first circle will pop up.
Because this map is also so big, there's no reason to have early breakout fights. There's just no reason to do so. The stakes are, once again, so high for most of these teams. They just got to play as passive as possible. Nova eSport, they got the chicken dinner last game, 4th chicken dinner in a row. Can they get a 5th? Can they beat the record on this PUBG Mobile Club Open Spring Split? We'll have to wait and see. But Nova looking strong.
I do wonder now if Nova have the highest amount of chicken dinners out of all the regions. Hopefully we can possibly find out. Either way, this first circle, Maxan, very much land-based. Only about, I'd say about 5% of it is water. That's really not going to make much difference. It gives a lot of areas and a lot of scope for these teams to find a nice, safe place away from the enemy teams and loot up. It's exactly what these teams need to do.
It's going to be really compound focused. Nepal, they like the compounds. They always play compound focused, don't move too much from their location. So this is going to be a good start for most of these Nepali teams. Kind of a close look. This location we're at right now is so big, it can easily get 3-4 teams fully stacked. They don't have to pick the fight. And that's going to be Trust the Process and then SNG. Just going to be farming up right now.
Yeah, and you also have, I believe it's Trust the Process as well, right beside him. So you got 3 teams in a small cluster. You're dead right, Maxman, about a big area for these teams to really loot up, even as a 4-man squad, quite confidently. But it's always a fear of when they leave that compound, how do they react to the enemy team? When you're looking at some of these teams, especially AST more than anybody else, you need to run away, so to speak, play it safe, go for position later on in the game, and then you're giving yourself the best chance.
Going to have a little bit of a look on the Destroyer. So far, they are in 14th position. They're pretty safe, but don't get too comfortable as you have the likes of Team AST, United Earth, ABBA eSport. They're ready to overtake you. So the Destroyer, play passive. Once again, they picked a fight early on when they were rotating in last game on Vikendi. They lost a few of their members early on. The Destroyer, just avoid fights. That's what I'm asking you to do right now.
So true indeed, Maxan. Like, I don't want to say could these spots get any tighter in the point standings, but honestly, I actually think they will. So I don't want to give myself a bit of a I don't want to give myself the caster curse. You see Rose very safely in the top 5, 6, 7. If they can just gain an overall better standing, that'll help with their confidence. Do you see the circle moving in? We do see a lot of teams are actually occupying. There's a lot of space around the north side, Maxon, that the likes of the Destroyer, Headshot can actually occupy with a safe amount of time. And because more than likely between phase 2, 3, and 4, we're going to see the circle shift away from the coast, I would fear for the likes of Gamers of Pakistan and those around them.
Definitely. Gamers of Pakistan, if they're looking far ahead like Nova eSport last game, they maybe want to start rotating right now.
Gamers of Pakistan, because of a bad result in the last game, they're lying in 27th, Maxon. But they are an equal points to ShiNiGaMi balck.
Wait, did you say 27th?
No, 22nd.
I was like, man, it's not 27. I was like, did I hear that right? Okay.
They want to be doing pretty bad to be lying 27 out of 24 teams. Posse's, yeah, they're lying in 22nd, 107 points. They have a long way to go, but it's not out of their grasp because we've seen ShiNiGaMi balck in the first game got 24 points in that game. If they can do the same again, boom, they're up there.
Because ShiNiGaMi balck was the last team. They were 23rd. Yep. And they did overtake Gamers of Pakistan in terms of overall standing for the teams that are playing today. So they can pull off a good performance. They needed a good first game. They had it. Can they renew that kind of game on Miramar or on the double Erangel maps? We'll have to wait and see. But like so far, they are having a good start.
Like I said, when we're at this stage where you have a lot of teams fighting for these positions that are against each other, you play every single game separately, and you look to be consistent and safe, positionally on point on every single one of those games in Maxman.
I can see that Nova eSport is split right now. Not a kind of Nova, Renown, Strategy Imperium. They're pulling off a T25/KharDimaghh.
What I'm thinking with that is they're actually testing potential different strategies heading into the regional finals and potentially the global finals. They've already qualified. They've got that top spot. They can play around.
Yeah, it's just they got that cushion now. They can just like relax, take their time. If they want to try and test stuff on these teams that they're going to face up against, again, most of them in the regional finals, they can test it out. But still, like if they're aiming to try and like just get that point record, that's maybe not the best strat. But, you know, it's Nova. They're playing around, taking their time, playing aggressive as Nova, and more specifically, Chinese teams are renowned for.
Very true, Max, man. Very true indeed.
I know, I said it.
Wow, okay. Is your head okay? Can it get any bigger? We do see SNG trust the process. Again, we talk about peeking. What's the point in peeking? Use your third-person perspective advantage to just look around with the camera. And like I point out, okay, trust the process are in a safer position. Actually, so as are SNG, but they're close to each other because SNG are 8th and trust the process are 11th. There's no point in taking these early game fights, Max.
Yeah, until like phase 2/3, like no team should really go down. SNG, they lose Yojin though, so a few nice snipes coming out from Trusted Process. They picked last game, taking off Rose right off the bat game. 3 members swiped out, and the game just barely started. So Trusted Process, looking pretty aggressive, having a good shot, but like it's going to be actually Shigar shot down also for an exchange.
Mini 14, pulling out a lot of a nice place for SNG, Max, man. Yeah. We do pan back over to Quadcore. We saw it. They had a bad result last game, finishing in 16th. 0 points.
Very bad.
I was trying to be nice.
I'm not nice.
Okay, cool. But they've got to really step it up. Forget about that last game. Come into this game, new map, new opportunities, new perspectives. Take advantage of that. Same with Gamers of Pakistan, to be honest, Max.
Yeah, Gamers of Pakistan also, like now, in the teams that are playing today, Gamers of Pakistan is last. With 107 points, they are equally like ranked up with ShiNiGaMi balck with 107 points. They're going to have to do the same amount of good performances as ShiNiGaMi to slip their way through in the top 16, but it's still going to be like, it's super complicated to do right now.
You see on one area of the map, ShiNiGaMi balck starting things strong by getting a knockdown. Hopefully you can pan that camera over. Sohail and ABBA eSports coming up against each other, but right now it's early game action. It's kind of what we expect. We're only 8 minutes in, Max, man. Still 62 players, 16 teams alive. Vcash knocked down.
Vcash doesn't have the Scorpion, that's why he got knocked. Feels bad, man. No, it's actually a really good weapon. I gave it a try. It's really enjoyable. If you guys haven't tried it, it's like, as you said, it's like a Uzi, but it's on steroids. It's a really good weapon.
Whenever you said Scorpion, I kind of thought about the Scorpion King featuring The Rock. That's kind of set in the desert, you know. So maybe someone can pull out a The Rock move.
Like, can't we just forget about that movie? It was not a good movie.
Excuse me, that's one of my top 5 favorite movies.
The worst
of all
CGI.
time.
It is the CGI on that movie was worse than the new Sonic movie trailer. It is the worst CGI ever, okay? And Sonic is bad.
That's true. So we have this second phase moving in. The circle's compounded. It's gone straight onto land. That's one thing to point out, Maxon. So it's really going to allow these teams to really make use of all this space. Most of the teams are still occupied down the south, Maxman. So the teams that are around the west to the northwest will have a nice, strong chance to get into a safe position.
I just have now images of Sonic just
engraved
in my mind. I can't get it out. Help me, Imperium.
You know what I hope? I really hope PUBG Mobile
do a Sonic crossover. No, don't give them bad ideas like that. No,
Tencent, if you're watching, please do crossover with a Sonic, just for the absolute lols. But right now, still trust the process in SNG. Again, I ask myself, they're now both outside the circle. It's still only phase 2, but we're getting further into the game. No team has pulled together and actually gone in for the full engagement. Why are they still there? I know Miramar is out in the open, but there's plenty of compound space to hide behind to get into a vehicle to move away. It just doesn't make sense, really.
Here's ShiNiGaMi. They're split all around the board. They're trying to get multiple angles of fire. Trust the process. They're doing a 2-1 split. So if they do breach on Vcash, he should be going down. He's also really, really low right now. It's going to be a hard one.
I do like the bullet is behind a wall, and you do see, I forget exactly who it was. Yeah, Surja is right there. So if somebody comes in like Krasava, you have that, essentially you get sandwiched by Trust the Process. Vcash healed up quite nicely. Now you see this is what's happening. Great play.
There it is. They're getting taken from the back. ShiNiGaMi balck, sorry, SNG, I always say that. But they're going to be taken right down in their back. That was a really good flank coming up. But Trust the Process now, only going to be having Vcash. And so for Team SNG Club, only Bleak Snake. 1v1 scenario. Who's going to be taking a kill? We'll have to wait and see. But Vcash, a little bit lower. Does get the upper hand, gets him from behind. And Trust the Process coming out on top. 16th position for SNG Club.
They say that you shouldn't attack a man from behind, but I say in the world of PUBG Mobile, you take that opportunity, you flank around, and if he's there for the taking, you take him out. It was a beautiful level of protection and synergy coming out from Trust the Process. I talked about just before SNG engaged that Trust the Process had 2 angles of fire. Now, they still got knocked down, but because they had that member in the other room and Bleak Snake just had nowhere to really go, he got flanked around by Vcash. Great job by Trust the Process.
Those kind of open buildings, like, it's a really good idea to have 2 angles so that when they do try and force it in, they're going to get flushed out. So that was a really great move from Trust the Process.
Position
overall
was on point. Now, looking at this circle, like I said, you still have Cruz de Val, water treatment, completely unoccupied. None of these teams are looking to move into the deep north, whereas we see a chunk of teams around the southwest of this map closer to the circle. That's not looking too good.
There's a big cluster. We're going to see a few teams get flushed out right now. Imperium, like Trust the Process, ShiNiGaMi balck, Rose, Abba, Salty. They're so close together.
By the way, on a side note, Nova are back together as a 4-man squad, and they're inside the circle. Look at that closure. It is ridiculously deep, occupying and helping the teams that want to stay up in the north. Like I said, nobody is there, Maxman. It just, in my eyes, doesn't make sense.
Like we were talking about also Nova eSport. United Earth, that can also try and gatekeep the west side. But look at that. They can gatekeep the 4-5 teams that are coming out from the south of this zone. So Nova have, once again, such good positioning.
Exactly. Never mind the fact that if you even manage to survive those 4 or 5 teams before you get to Nova, you're going to be low on resources. You're going to be low on med kits. There's a lot that you're going to be missing out. Nice AWM, Maxman.
Oh, because they gatekeep it. So you're having an AWM and it's so easy to spot out your foes in the distance on Miramar. Yeah, very nice. Like, it's that is just a great weapon for the scenario which Nova is in right now. So that they're going to be shredding it.
I was just like, that's very nice.
Just, very posh.
Very nice. Balck, Trust the Process.
They're 3 members in the car.
In the blue zone.
What are you doing, Trust the Process? Get out of there. There it is. Okay, going to have a lot of utility actually popped out by ShiNiGaMi balck. They're going to have to go on the move.
Look at ShiNiGaMi balck. They're in one vehicle as well, so they're facing themselves under a lot of pressure. But because of the damage they dealt on the Trust the Process, they know they're not going to be engaged on quite easily. So actually, overall, great play by ShiNiGaMi balck. They're going to be able to get outside of this blue zone, move into the circle as quickly as possible, and then they will be able to heal up quite nicely.
Do a barrel roll. They're going to turn around. They'll be fine for the time being. Nova eSports still going to be holding this compound under their control. They have the high ground too, which is just perfect.
I was just going to say, look at the high ground they have. Look at the view they have
Bandit.
all around themselves. That's if they can actually get up there, to be honest. It's okay, Bandit. You're great at shooting, but you can't drive for shit, to be honest. As we are into phase 3, about halfway of this blue zone moving in, Maxon. So we're going to see how this phase 4 is going to play out for these teams. Yeah. Like I already said, North Compound right now, unless you see otherwise, occupied by nobody.
If some teams can rotate there, like they'll be just really good for the next few minutes. No team's going to harass them. They don't need to gatekeep. They can just have fun like Nova eSport. They're good to go. But like Quadcore, this is the team once again we're going to be really focused on. They got flushed out in top 16 last game. Let's hope they can have a better performance. But no mercy, rushing on through on Nova eSport. That's not too far away.
Well, okay, Miramar is nice size, but you still got 3 teams around there. I would say Nova right now have the better high ground.
But they're split.
They are a little bit split, and also Quadcore, I've got to be careful.
AWM. Gonna have some lock and loaded action right now. Do you get one nice little knock? in the distance. But Quadcore might be wanting to get in on that action and try and third-man party that fight. We're going to go over another fight, ELEMENTRIX versus United Earth. G5 going to be knocked on the side of United. Going to have a second one, that's Murillo Wild. Third knock on their side, but once again, Hassini able to do a really nice move. Going to be flushing out Orange instantly, but he's just going to have a little bit too much to deal with. And that's going to be ELEMENTRIX finally coming out on top, with Junior Duck got knocked and Mr. Hyoji, last man standing, turning it around. Nice job overall. We want them to stand it up, but still, 14 teams remaining. You've got to try and stay consistent. And they lost 2 members. It's going to be a really hard game for them.
Yeah, it is going to be a very hard game, but hey, look, every battle, you survive, you move forward. We're still seeing a bit of that north compound. Now it's more northwest that are occupied to nobody. All the remaining teams are very heavily towards the southeast of this map, Maxman. We do see Rose. Facing a bit of pressure onto Quadcore. However, Quad are in the open. You've got no mercy around them. You've got Nova close to them. All I'm saying, you hear those bullets, they're going to react.
I'm going to try and react as soon as possible. Rose, they're going to be losing one of their members, and one other one is going to be knocked down by the zone, and that's going to be also SNG that did get swiped out a little bit earlier. But that's just some nice holding for that next circle, Imperium. And once again, Nova, they're on the move. They're holding the dead center. They're trying to get to the dead center at least.
On a side note, Junior was revived quite effectively by Mr. Hyuza. So that leaves them with 2 players. It's better than none. It's better than, you know, 1. So either way, and we see No Mercy trying to flank around. They have got to be careful that they are in the open. However, Nova, they're behind that rock, so they've got good positioning onto ShiNiGaMi, balck, and the high ground, and at WM, playing dividends.
I don't know how many snipers they got. I think that all members of Nova have a sniper right now.
Wouldn't
So they have 1 AWM with all those snipers, and they just have such a nice position. They have the high ground that's in the zone, a really nice location to protect for themselves. And they're just doing a great job so far. So Nova eSport, big contender to try and get, once again, 5 chicken dinners in a row. Hashtag Nova Strong.
What I do like is that they're constantly moving around. I do fear with using the vehicles. They are kind of giving their position away a little bit easier. However, they are constantly moving about, trying to find an enemy team. You see AY, he's shifting from kind of that tree we see in front of him to that little small area kind of behind the mountain out of him. So either way, he's moving around, making sure that he's not being spotted out as easily or being shut up as easy, and he's able to do the same thing onto the enemy team.
They got a really nice dip to work around, so they can. It's just their home base for now. And No Mercy, they're trying to breach into that not building, into that open area. But they're just going to try and force it through. They're going to try and stick. Oh, is that grenade coming on through? I think it was. Grenade, grenade coming on through, not going to connect. Bandit, ooh, be careful. You're giving away your location a little bit. You're giving away your cover. Be careful there. Going to have a jump shot from Destro, getting a lot of damage down on Bandit. You're going to have to try and run for it. He has a smoke on his hand, going to try and like just shut down someone with the smoke, not working out.
Here's the thing. Quad in the background, knocking out Destro, knocking out and putting No Mercy under a little bit of pressure, forcing them back. That's the thing. If you're going to make that play, make sure you know where the rest of the teams are around you. So good play by Quad. Actually, good play by No Mercy now to back off from that. 3 teams in that one small area by the circle, Maxon.
For once, No Mercy actually didn't die to a car explosion. Well, I may be talking too soon, but the zone is moving up against him. Same for Team Quadcore. This might be a little bit much for Nova eSport. He has like so many members around them. Nova eSport, if they make it out alive, that would be huge.
Look at this circle shifted heavily to the southwest, Maxon. You've only got ShiNiGaMi, balck that are in the dead center. That is going to be a little bit risky if all the teams move in. But the good thing about that is that they don't have to face up against the teams that are moving in from outside the safe zone.
You saw No Mercy there, in trouble. They're taking a few heavy shots. That's Team Headshot. They're looking to breach on top of CsPGPk. But Gaiden a little bit ahead of himself. Going to have to wait for Savage and Med right now to follow up. They're trying to Med back up. They have a little bit of time. Good to go.
I do like the way he's using those blue containers to get a slightly better position. Going to see if they can flank around. Indeed. Grenades being flying out. It is going to be a little bit risky for CsPGPk and Maxon.
Headshot, they're trying to overwhelm. They got to the compound, so they can try and use those walls as a little bit of extra layer of protection.
You've also got KharDimaghh. Sorry, the Destroyer. My apologies.
Well, good. There's going to be 3 members in one small compound in PM. There's going to be a huge opportunity for 3 of these teams. CsPGPk, this is their home base. Do not give it away. Going to be cooking a grenade. Going to try and get on Mans. Can he get it? Not too sure. Mans going to be running the opposite way. Not really looking to pick that fight quite yet, but look at that headshot. Going to be losing Savage. Games of Pakistan going to be exploding in the distance because of Nova eSport. But right now, the fight is still ongoing. CsPGPk, they're still holding strong. 3 members up and running. 1 knock on their side. And this is a pretty big fight overall, and Team Headshot not coming out on top. The Destroyer going to be losing member after member. S, last member remaining. Can he pull off the 1v2? Not too sure. He's making a run for it. Got to go fast, but he's going to get shut down. And that's going to be CsPGPk coming out on top, winning this 3-man skirmish.
But again, I say, you've got the circle, you've got the blue zone moving in. What's the point in taking a team fight when you can't protect yourself with the blue zone moving in? It just puts themselves under so much more pressure. So, fair play to CsPGPk, but in my opinion, you could have done a little bit better. We are down to 8 teams, 17 players, 16 now. We are in phase 5. This is where the action really starts to get hot and heavy, Maxman.
I got one question. Which team will get to the compound first? As does, the zone is getting a few members of CsPGPk.
Nova
doesn't look good. ELEMENTRIX going to be losing Mr. Hyozu, the shot call of their team. Juno also going to be shut down. See you later. ELEMENTRIX, you're getting taken down. And Quadcore, same. A lot of teams getting flushed.
I thought you were going to say see you later, alligator.
Yeah, but I said it too much. I got to stop.
No problem. So trust the process. They've got that little bit of a lip, little bit of a hill that they can hide behind, but the fear is they're in kind of the center of that circle. Now, there's not a lot of teams remaining, and there's nobody kind of behind them, but Nova, they can peek out and they can throw bullets from every angle that they can get a chance.
And Nova eSport have the compound. They have this extra layer of coverage, and just great job overall. A little bit of shots fired on Chopper, on ShiNiGaMi Ball. Making just a few in the cards.
Ooh,
I
nice.
don't know what he's doing right now, but he's doing it. So you go, girl. You go.
you go, girl. As we do see with the circle, look at this. You have Team 9, Team 18, Team 10, and Team 7 having to move in. If they can survive, we're down to 7 teams. Trust the process being put under pressure. Zauzi now has the high ground. He's outside the vehicle. He's a little bit in the open, but we know that he can pull out so many shots so quickly in these games. He's one of the top fraggers for Nova, Maxon.
The Destroyer, they have no coverage. Cash is going to be sprayed to death by Bandit, but not hitting a lot of those bullets, unfortunately. Spraying a little bit too much, and that recoil is going to be going up against him.
Not gonna lie, that's actually a bit disappointing. Yeah, from Bandit, he should have gotten those shots off. We've seen him do a lot better. However, they still occupy that center of the circle overall. We're down to 5 teams, 11 players alive, 23 minutes in. This game is a little bit quicker than I expected, Maxon. Trust the process being viewed out by Zauzi, but they do have protection of the rock, so they're looking pretty good. Now we're going to see these smoke grenades start to be flying out.
Nova eSport, they're on every single frontier of this zone. And they're just taking down members by members. 1v4, all of these teams. And that's going to be Bandit finally getting a knock on the Destroyer. Can he finish it off and get another one? We'll have to wait and see. A little bit of utility used by the Destroyer to try and get a little bit more time up their sleeve. ShiNiGaMi and Trust the Process pretty close to each other.
You said it yourself, Max Van. They are occupying so many angles. Not just a compound, but they've got the higher ground by the edge. They've got the higher ground by the north. They've just got nobody can really... Nobody's safe from them.
They can't contest.
Yeah, they're nobody safe. However, if they do kind of pull together, trust the process, they're very risky. Not showing a lot of health. Their resources are down very low. You gotta try and stay prone. Use the smokes if you have them.
Bandit.
And see where you can go from there.
There it is, Bandit. He's hungry. Gonna try and get a bunch. Does not connect any bullets. They do have a few trees to work with. Gonna have a little bit of bolt action from Karsten into distance, trying to respond with heavy fire. But they're making a run for it. What a mistake from the Destroyer. They try and hold their ground a little bit for too long, and now they're getting punished by this incoming blue zone Imperium. And they're almost getting flushed out. Very low ShiNiGaMi. Ball gonna be in a fight with the Destroyer. The Destroyer gonna be flushed out in 4th position. ShiNiGaMi, just take your time, regen back up. You're in the zone. You're good to go.
They're also in the top 3, only with 2 kills. But they're still in the top 3. Nova now going to start moving in. JN, AY, they're moving forward. They want to be aggressive. They're going to try and get those shots. But in fairness, ShiNiGaMi, balck are behind that vehicle. They're going to be surprise attack. 1 knockdown, but it's going to be followed up with JN knockdown. JN knocking down and taking out ShiNiGaMi, balck.
Trust the process. Going to be losing Utsugara. And now, Bullet, you're the last member. You're so low, like 20 to 30 HP. Xiaozi, he's looking to play aggressive, trying to get that finishing blow. Nova eSport looking to get 5 chicken dinners in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Trying to respond to Bandit in the distance. Good to get a knock. Can he look for more? Not too sure. Jane going to be jumping on through, going to try and get a little bit of spray action. But Nova eSport, what a beast of a team. Let's go.
I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. Nova once again coming out on top. I believe that is 5?
This 5 in a row.
5 games in a row. 5 times. Absolutely fantastic. But once again, we have to talk about 3rd, 4th, and 5th place teams. ShiNiGaMi balck, 2 kills, 3rd place finish. The Destroyer, 4 kills and 4th place finish. ABBA eSports, only 1 kill but a 5th place finish. AST, all of these teams, Maxman, they're fighting for the top 16. Where's Quadcore? Where's ELEMENTRIX? Where's No Mercy? They're nowhere to be seen. This is the moment where we're seeing the teams that are actually able to pull out the stops and pull out the performances, do the work indeed. I cannot believe that's 2 games in a row where ShiNiGaMi balck have finished in the top 3.
They needed to pull a performance, and they are doing so well. We are really proud. We're proud.
21 points, 2nd game in a row. Trust the process. 5 kills, 27 points. Well played by them. ELEMENTRIX, they did get 8 kills, even though they finished in 8th. So 13 points. It's better than a kick in the face. CsPro Pakistan getting 14 points in AST 15, along with ABBA eSports. Like I said, where's Quadcore? Where's No Mercy? Even where's the likes of Gamers of Pakistan? It's just unbelievable. We are now starting to see the evolution of the top 16 become a little bit clearer.
Yeah, I think you can start guessing which teams will, unfortunately, maybe leaving us during this spring split Imperium. And I'm just looking at Nova eSport, like they get another 40 points in 1 game. Can you do anything to stop Nova eSport? They're always 4 members at the last zone of the game. It's just such a nice gameplay overall. So really
to be honest,
yeah,
like they're actually playing the best we've seen them, and that's the thing. And when you're a team, I gotta give them a lot of respect, because when you're a team that already have gotten in 1st place, right? They secured it after 1 game, but to still go out on that 2nd game, to occupy positioning, to really be so focused to the point that you want to mow down the enemy team 1 by 1, that shows the drive they have as a team. That shows the passion and the will to come out on top, and not just the semi-final, not just the regional finals, but the global finals. Man, I'm excited to see what they are going to do.
I hope you guys are excited too. Like, it's been just awesome so far. The amount of action given to us in the spring split wildcard series is just absolutely insane. But anyways, if you did unfortunately miss out the action that happened during the group stage or the start of the semi-finals, you want to try and catch up, you can go check out the link down below, clubopen.pubgmobile.com. All the juicy information is over there. Also, if you're watching us live on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, don't hesitate, smash that like, follow, or subscribe button to be notified when we do go live. I do know that myself, Imperium, and also you guys, you want some Erangel action, it's going to be coming in just a few short, juicy minutes.
Your game, Vivo V15 series, Vivo.
Zombie, Darkest Night, the newest mode in the zombie universe, is here. This time, the rules are different. No more parachuting, as players will be placed at random locations on the map when the match begins, and there is no single winner. Players must work with their teammates to spend 1 long night in the match and stay alive until the sun comes up. Waves and waves of zombies will spawn during each of the 3 foggy periods at night, and supplies should only be scavenged when the fog fades. The main objective is not to defeat other players, though this doesn't mean they are harmless. Players may need to work with other teams when necessary, but should also watch their backs in case the Fragile Alliance goes south. This will be a unique experience for every player involved. This new mode also comes with a passive skill for every player. Understanding these skills will be the key to staying alive in this long night. Can you ride out the night?
Do you play PUBG Mobile? Maybe you never run out of stamina. Maybe you're always aware of your surroundings. Maybe you're an amazing cook with the pan. Maybe you're a great driver. But as soon as you hear the sound of an airplane, you get into the zone. In PUBG Mobile, you all come from different walks in life. But you face the same dangers on the battleground. And you become friends. You work together to overcome the obstacles. This is PUBG Mobile. There's a #1 in all of us. Welcome to the PUBG Mobile first anniversary party. PUBG Mobile, be the one.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
Darkest Night, the newest mode in the zombie universe, is here. This time, the rules are different. No more parachuting, as players will be placed at random locations on the map when the match begins, and there is no single winner. Players must work with their teammates to spend one long night in the match and stay alive until the sun comes up. Waves and waves of zombies will spawn during each of the 3 foggy periods at night, and supplies should only be scavenged when the fog fades. The main objective is not to defeat other players, though this doesn't mean they are harmless. Players may need to work with other teams when necessary, but should also watch their backs in case the Fragile Alliance goes south. This will be a unique experience for every player involved. This new mode also comes with a passive skill for every player. Understanding these skills will be the key to staying alive in this long night. Can you ride out the night?
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the PUBG Mobile Club Open Spring Split, brought to you by Vivo. Semifinals. Such a good start today for the last day. Nova Esport, 2 chicken dinners in a row. Imperium, what are you expecting?
I'm kind of speechless, to be honest, Max.
Well, a speechless caster doesn't work, does it?
It doesn't really work, just because there's so much to talk about and there's so many stories still evolving. First of all, Nova, yeah, 5 chicken dinners in a row. Insane. I do want to try and find out as quickly as possible if that is kind of the record amount of chicken dinners. First of all, in a row across all regions, but even in general, how many chicken dinners they've got in the semifinal.
Over the entire spring split.
Over the entire spring split. Either way, they've blown us away and they've really showed so much when it comes to ability of this team. But I want to step away from that as we are getting onto the schedule. Only 2 games to go, double Erangel, Maxman. We've got to talk about the fact that there's only 30 points dividing 14th place and 19th place.
Like, the stakes are so high right now, Imperium. And it's about to end. We only have 2 more games. It's just so sad, but yet so satisfying at the same time.
It is. And you know who's occupying that 19th position?
Me.
Do you? Oh. Okay. Didn't know your name had been changed to ShiNiGaMi balck. And nice to be casting with Mr. ShiNiGaMi balck beside me.
Hello.
But they occupy 19th maximum.
Yeah.
They've gotten 2 21-point finishes. If they can carry this on and they can allow themselves to overtake heavily the likes of Quadcore, No Mercy, AST, and ELEMENTRIX, as well as the Destroyer, they will get there because we see it in front of us.
Now we're looking at the danger zone, this great area. What's going to happen? The 2 next games are going to be sealing the fates of most of these teams. AST just barely above with 141 points. They are only 4 points above No Mercy that went back in the elimination zone. So No Mercy, we're waiting a way better performance coming out from this team. ELEMENTRIX, they were having a pretty overall weird performances on ELEMENTRIX. Now they are in 15th, but they need to try and have better games overall.
They do. Yeah. They do indeed. I do want to put a bit of a word out there and a bit of a shout out to Hype in 12th. They're not playing today. Yeah. They are 75 points ahead of 17th place. I can pretty much, and I'm sure you can agree with me, that they have secured their spot in the regional finals. So I do want to give a shout out to the Nampali team. I was talking to Snake, a member of their team today, and he had some few fantastic words to say. And it was great to have a bit of a chat with him. So shout out to him and the team itself. We'll
get a bit more information from the Imperium later on in the game. Now we're going to have a check at the 1 to 8 position. And once again, you can't not talk about Nova Esport at this point in time. They got 418 points. Can they make it to 500?
Oh, 100%. I actually have no doubt that they will. If they get 2 wins with 51 points, that'll be it. All they need is even 40 to 42 point wins. They'll do it. Yeah. So 100%. So that's why I'm curious as far as how they are compared to the other teams in the other regions. Because remember, Maxman, only 1 team from the wildcard region goes through to globals. That time will come in the future. But we are on to the 3rd game of the day. It is Erangel.
Erangel, we are ready to go on through. And I'm looking this plane. Pretty good plane if you like dropping on the east side. teams that like to go for George Pole, Zaki, those kind of areas, not going to be easy to get there. So I can see probably a really sad ELEMENTRIX, but Team Trust the Process. They're a happy fellow right now in Imperium. Military base just around the corner. Maybe trying to get a second win in military base. Military base finish. I sure do hope so.
And I wouldn't say no to that,
I've been a big boy, Father Christmas. Please, give it to me.
I'm sure you have. We will allow and like to see the likes of Rose landing in Pachinki. They have actually had a bad game, that last game, Max, and they only finished in 14th place with 4 points. So further morale, further confidence, I would like to see them pull out a good result. However, the focus has to be on the likes of AST, United Earth, ShiNiGaMi, balck, where they land, where they play, and how they position themselves. Because we talk about this first circle, it's about 45 to 50% in the water. Beautiful.
Like, you can't make this stuff up, Imperium. Like, it's just on Nova eSport again. In the dead center of the next zone. The god of the zone.
The PUBG gods are shining brightly onto Nova eSports right now. No, you can't. Oh. You can't at all, Maxwell. ABBA eSports. Man, they're giving gamers of Pakistan a hard time. If you can hopefully try and shine a light and see what happened there, because they're in this open spot, trying to get through these houses and into a safer moment.
I saw a crate right there. So we had one member dying. I don't know who it was. Maybe
it was one member's game of Pakistan.
Oh, Gamers of Pakistan?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Ripperino, bad start for them. And going to have a few teams actually towards this school location, Imperium. They're going to be holding the compound right next door. United Earth is going to be, once again, denied on this location. It seems like they're leaving.
Yeah, it's a wise choice. They need a good result, Max, and they're currently lying in 21st overall. They have a long way to climb if they want to secure a spot in the regional finals.
They need like 20 to 30 points to make it up in the top 16.
But they need everybody else around them to play really badly. And that's the exciting thing about these games. It's so much of an evolution. There's so many factors that are going to be involved in these teams securing their spot. Gamers Pakistan trying to flank around, trying to spot it out. But ABBA got away safely.
I like how ABBA eSport just come in with the car, picking up his son from school.
Look at this, Max, man. Nobody around Milta. All these teams are around the northwest, should I say. The Destroyer, Headshot, United Earth, they're going to have a cluster of a time getting into a safe zone.
They're going to, just West Side is so, it's just, as you said, a big cluster of teams. They're going to have to try and reposition. There's so much room in the zone. They should be moving in right now.
I just can't help but
just stroke the screen.
Just stroking the screen and looking at ShiNiGaMi balck, firmly becoming one of my favorites in this tournament. I love an underdog story. We saw it from the Nepal teams in the group stage, and we're seeing it right now, for the moment, in ShiNiGaMi balck. They are from Morocco, one of two Morocco teams being represented.
They were the last team from Group B and C. They overtaken Gamers of Pakistan. They overtaken United Earth. They overtaken ABBA eSport. And if they keep going like that, they're going to overtake Quadcore and No Mercy, AST, and get in the top 16. Yep. It's so doable. We were talking before the broadcast. It seems so far for them, but they're making it through.
Max, man, their average points per game coming into this final day was about 6 points per game, and they've got 42 points in 2 games.
They doubled them average easily.
Ridiculous. But look at this circle right now. Like I said, it's still hurting teams up in the northwest. It's a little bit easier time for Quadcore AST, but when we look at ShiNiGaMi and ELEMENTRIX, they've got to be careful.
I'm seeing also Quadcore. They're in the zone. They're trying to get a compound. They're trying to get in the dead center, trying to anticipate the new location of the zone, really enjoying it. Quadcore, they need a good performance. They're 18th position. They're 134 points. They're needing 7 extra points up their sleeve to make it in the top 16. Hoping that Team AST does a really bad performance overall. But Quadcore having 2 really bad last games on Miramar and Vikendi, step it up a notch.
They 100% do. Nova, hey, look.
Do you even have to say Nova?
You just say Nova and it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Right now they're kind of split, but like we saw in Vikendi, Maxman, they split at the beginning, got loot together, but then squatted up when it got to the next phase. So I expect the same thing to happen. I think they also know that it's not going to be a heavy coastal ending, so they're going to head a little bit more towards the center of that circle. And
it seems like that's what they're going to go for. Also, like after phase 4, no more water will be available, so it's probably going to move inland way more before that, but I'll have to keep a close eye for that anyways. The zone is closing in still. Just got a little bit of time.
CsPGPk, you've mentioned it already. They need a good result. First game, they finished 16th. Second game, they did do a little bit better, finishing in 10th, but they only got 9 points. They
it's not enough to get in top 16.
It's 100% not enough. It's above kind of, well, it's around what their average was, points per game during the semi-final, but when you want to be a cut above the rest and secure that regional spot, you need to pull out a ShiNiGaMi balck.
Going to try and do that right now. United Earth, they did get pushed away once again from their school compound, so they're going to loot up right now. The zone is still closing up. I have a few teams, trust the price, SNG, they're going to have an easy rotation inwards unless one team decides to hold and gatekeep the bridge to the zone and to the mainland, which they might do. But we have a few fights that might be breaking out because there's so many teams up together right now.
Yeah, in the Yasna Pollyanna area right now. We have no mercy, and we have SOLTISQUAD. SOLTISQUAD have actually impressed me today. They've climbed up on the rankings, in fairness to themselves. I got to give them credit for that.
Yeah, I'm giving them a lot of credit because yesterday they got 2 chicken dinners.
Yep, exactly.
So great. Keep it up.
Right now, CsPro Gaming, 1 member is in the vehicle.
Yeah.
What we do like to see, and we started getting a little bit harsher with these teams that have 4 members in 1 vehicle. We've talked to the other casters and we all agree that you just don't do it. So if you're gonna go in on a vehicle, do it as two members in 1 vehicle, 2 members in another vehicle.
If I see any of you little devils get 4 members in 1 car, I'm gonna block you on Twitter.
Wow, Jesus.
You don't want to get blocked by Maxman.
No, you don't. It's happened to me before and I cried for days. It was not nice. Ow, the Destroyer. I kind of like what they're doing, Maxman, because common sense and logic would kind of tell me that generally teams do favor more the west side of the map in the landing zones and the south. So the tick damage in the first phase, even the second and third, it's not that much, right? So by waiting until at least it moves in further, they are potentially avoiding the action that the other teams are going to come up against each other. So that's my understanding on why they're waiting a little bit longer to get into the circle. I like it.
Me like it. Me like it big time. United Earth, they're going to be on the move, getting into the zone as soon as possible. They did get pushed out by CsPro Gaming, so they're trying to get a location ASAP. There's a lot of room in zone. Like, a few compounds are unoccupied, so they can easily find a good spot to call home.
100% agree.
ShiNiGaMi.
Wow, Jesus. No, you know what? I don't agree then.
Wow, okay.
You know what? No. Yep.
Okay, you're getting blocked then.
Cool. Anyway, no, it's okay, guys. I'll wait to cry until later on. Now
Hold those tears.
Hold those tears. Yeah, so we see this next circle closing in. A lot of the water has been dispersed from that second circle, but it's still about 20-30%, and you still have the down the south area. It still does affect the likes of military base Quadcore, who do like to end up underneath by that bridge area. Let's see how Trust Process deal with that.
Right now we're going to have also, we saw ELEMENTRIX, they got a ghillie suit a few minutes ago, so if it is an open area ending, ELEMENTRIX could be using that to their advantage. Well, they will be using it to their advantage once again, trying to get all the cards on your side to try and get as good as a performance as possible. And Sabri just chilling. He's fine, in the shack, aka the toilet for PEL.
Chilling at Maxon, relaxing all cool. Shooting some b-ball outside of school.
I never heard that one before. Thank you. I'm learning so much.
I do like the fact that I kind of like the fact that Abba are split up. I don't like necessarily what Sabri is, but I do like the way they're kind of split up for now. When they need a good result, generally you want to try and stay as a squad, but it doesn't hurt.
They're just going to be still ELEMENTRIX. They got a compound in the zone. They're good to go. They can hold it for some time. AST also on the move in the distance. Fine. Not much really going on. What you're expecting? This map is just so big. It's all good for now.
Yeah, exactly. Nova. You know what? I'm actually not going to talk about them. I'm just going to say their name whenever they show up and just be like Nova. But we do see with the circle now starting to move in and the blue zone. In fairness, the teams are splitting apart a little bit. United have managed to avoid any action for now. They are coming a little bit closer to ELEMENTRIX. Down in the south, Quad, trust the process moving up. SNG, how are they going to respond?
I think they're trying to get a boat to get through that river. That would make the most sense. You don't want to make it through the bridge. Also, because if you did research, you know, trust the process, they love these kind of locations to work around them. And I think that would be a smart move to get through the river if they can find a boat after going, like swimming would not be a smart move to go for, but there's no team surrounding them, so they could easily make it past that river area without too much of a hassle. And overall, this is I'm really enjoying it. Like, we got no teams getting flushed out in the first 10 minutes in Pyram. It's been, like, just on today, it's been an improvement compared to the games on Vikendi and Miramar. No team swiped out.
And to be honest, Maxan, that's what I want and that's what I expect. In the late stages of the semi-final groups, in the moments where these teams need to pull out good performances, it's going according to plan. But now, the teams are more centralized. It's interesting because there's some form of a consistent line going from north to south of these teams occupying the compounds.
Also, there's not many teams on the east and the west side of these zones, which is interesting. Often they do not have the information, so they're just trying to play as passive as possible, avoid fights. MK14 going to be in this crate. Let's see if Team Quadcore wants to go for it. Might be helping them out, do a better performance than what they did so far. We are expecting so, and they are expecting so.
Well, having that suppressor that's in that loot crate, and they can pick up a sniper, or one that they would prefer, it can really be beneficial coming into late game if you occupy high ground in around some compounds. Let's see how it goes. But with that shift, that circle has gone very much from the north deep down to the south around the farm area. It's helping out the likes of Quadcore and trust the process. But a lot of these teams that were in around the Rosshawk area, they have to move down even further.
As I mentioned a few minutes ago, SNG taking the boat, making it through, want to avoid the bridge. Like, fair plan, feels nice. We saw then, as we mentioned, like the east and the west was very unoccupied, and the zone is on the west. So teams are going to have to reposition. There's a lot of compounds, a lot of heals, a lot of terrain to work with. So if you can get there early, really good opportunities might be unfolding for you.
Seen a bit of engagement between ELEMENTRIX and
Team 16?
I think it's United Earth, as far as I know.
Yeah, it is.
Then CsPGPk Gaming are going on the other side of that.
Yeah, ELEMENTRIX just going to be trying to spray and scare away CsPGPk Gaming. Not much getting done right now, just trying to scare them off. They will be able to do so. They are in zone, and they have one of the only few compounds that are in the zone. So far, ELEMENTRIX, they look like a pretty big contender for this third game of the day.
They are. I want to see how they deal with the later phases. We're still only in phase 3. We're going to see a far bigger shift in phase 4, I feel, Maxman. But the blue zone is now starting to move in. Still 62 players alive, 16 teams. Look at this. In the center of the farm area, we have about 10 teams in a cluster. The advantage has got to be the likes of SNG, Trust the Process, and ShiNiGaMi balck.
It's boiling in Pyram. It's about to explode. You have so many teams in such a short amount of space. And Rose, they have also a compound. Like, a few teams have compound, and Games of Pakistan, they're on the move. They have split in multiple cars, so thanks for that. I've got to say thank you.
And that's the important thing about this later stage of the game. The teams will know how many players and how many teams are left. So really, when you look at this compared to, let's say, in a different game where there's less players alive, the compounds are even more important. The high ground is even more important. That split of one member being in one building, another member being in another building. So you have those angles, so you have that peripheral vision, so you can communicate and tell your teammates.
And also, if you do get breached like that, you're not losing your entire forces if you do lose to a breach.
Exactly. So we see that's what the likes of Rose are doing.
3-1 split.
Trust the Process are also actually doing quite similar because they have actually occupied both sides of the road, which I think is actually very intelligent play. And when we actually look around where they are, they do have a few compounds that they can move into. Of course, time will tell, see what teams can move around them as we see this shift. Nova, that's
Again.
all. That's all. Just Nova. But then when we look around them, ELEMENTRIX now has a really good position because they only really have ABBA to deal with. No Mercy are on the west side. They're actually in a very good position. And we see there's a couple of compounds they can actually head on right over in the south. But all the teams on the east, they're going to be getting into a lot of trouble sooner rather than later.
Still 16 teams, Imperium, and no one's got shut down. This is what you're looking for. This should be a normal kind of PUBG mobile gameplay. Even PUBG on PC, this is what you're looking for. And now teams are like, okay, this zone is pretty bad. We got to enter right now, try and get the prime opportunities to get to the heals, get to the compounds, if any are left available, because Nova Esport, No Mercy, they're ready to get their hands on it.
We'll talk about Nova. Actually see CS Pro Gaming actually trying to engage. MX Genta was on that roof of the building, has high ground, been able to spot out where Nova are.
Nova, they're just right once again in the dead center. You have Team 7. Who is Team 7 in distance? I'm not too sure. United Earth going to be fighting with CS Pro Gaming. Not good. They're going to have some mini and also the M4 action for CS Pro Gaming. Going to be having multiple angles and just the 4 members in one shack, 1 grenade, and it's game over.
Yeah, it's a tough situation for United Earth because they haven't got much protection around them. The vehicle is there, so actually, best case scenario, if I were them, I'd put two of their members in the car and drive away. While they're shooting at the vehicle, the other 2 members try and run in the opposite direction.
It's pretty risky. I would not recommend to do that kind of move. Just like try and use your utility, try and make it through. Or rush, but like it's a kind of double-edged sword at that point. It's like, or it works out, or you get eliminated early on, which is not good. CS Pro Gaming still, they are answering back pretty nice. Rose on the move, 3 cars. That's what we're looking for. Nicely done. Hey, yeah, same. Thank you.
Yep. So we see this closing. The teams are definitely a little bit more scattered than we've seen in previous circles.
Vroom, vroom.
So I do like to see these teams spot now, but United Earth being put under pressure from Rose. They get out of their vehicles. Lucifer is run over. He's going to be knocked down. Is this going to be United Earth squad wipe? But still 1 member alive.
Behind them, Rose, you see it? Did you get him? United Earth might be taken down right now. Imperium still 16 teams on the board. They still have 1 member, he's just right behind them. They just can't see him quite yet. Has the tree a little bit off cover. But the zone is moving against him. They have just a few more seconds to work with Imperium, and these 2 teams are going to be in a really bad scenario because CS Pro Gaming in the distance, they're ready to pick those kills at any time.
And Nova as well. So 2 of those teams not being afraid to go at the likes of Rose. But now we see ShiNiGaMi, balck. They're occupying a couple of those houses. They have good protection. They have nice high ground. Rose are going to try and drive in. What is each of them going to do? Is Sohail going to support Chopper Wolf, trying to really protect themselves as a 4-man squad? I like their positioning.
Yeah, they've really split, got 3 angles of fire. Imperium, huge play. Is going to be a grenade coming on through. Is it going to be a Kobe? Not too sure. But they did get 2 knocks on the side of Rose. And Hosh trying to regen back up one of their members. Should be good to go, but Rose not looking in a good position overall. ShiNiGaMi, they got a high ground. They got really good prime opportunity to shut them down right now.
They do, but we've got to look at the next phase. So when you're looking at ShiNiGaMi, balck, they really have to take out Rose as quickly as possible, wipe them, and then move into the next circle, which is what they've now done. Rose finishing in 15th place. Yep,
and now we had like 16 teams just a few seconds ago. Now we're down to 13. 3 teams going to be swiped out so nicely and so fast. ASC picking a fight with Team Headshot. Going to be responding with quite heavy fire, but they're all packed up. After they do not have any cover, I can understand. Harry Potter Tower under the control of Team AST, losing the kill. Going to be knocked, taking the car. Don't know what they're doing right now. It's, why trying?
But see...
Don't take the car. Just don't take the car. That's a huge mistake. You don't know how to drive. What are you doing, AST? You're losing 2 members. There's no reason. Now you just leave it on its own. That's a complete mess of a fight. And AST, they're going to be losing a few of their members during that skirmish. What?
Yeah, speaks for itself.
They had a building too.
However, you got to give him credit because he was not spot out by Headshot, and they do get a knockdown onto Quadcore. So it's really nice play coming out from that member of ASD, but
I'm happy.
Gotta talk about this next circle. We've got to talk about the fact that we still have 12 teams, 37 players alive by phase 5.
There it is. They're going to go for the 1v2-1. And another one. Rusen dominating and shutting down ShiNiGaMi balck. What a play. What a man.
Yes, indeed. Great play coming out from them. SOLTISQUAD pulling out all the stops. They are also near the safe zone because if you look at this circle, it's heading outside farm. There's still a couple of decent compounds, a little bit of high ground. Nova occupying it, and look at ELEMENTRIX. They're on the north side of this circle. They do have ABBA eSports near them. They also have Team 6, which is, I'm not going to lie, I forget who it is. So they've got to be a little bit careful of that.
ELEMENTRIX, I'm just happy they made it at least in the top 10 this time around.
No mercy.
And no mercy, yeah. They're just on the move. Punisher, going to be a lonely wolf right now. Got to take his time, like, careful. You're in the zone. You're fine. You can avoid moving and trying to avoid the fights. But
so I like what ELEMENTRIX are doing in terms of there's 2 members occupying that hut, and then we see Poo Man outside prone down. Now trying to get good. It means that if a nade is shot into that building, there's only potentially 2 people that are going to be affected. However, Yachts. He's prone down.
Hasn't been spotted out by ELEMENTRIX.
Not
Once again,
yet.
just one sneaky grenade might make the move to shut down ELEMENTRIX. Would be a nice move overall. SNG, they were snaking it up, but got spotted out. CsPGPk, they're holding that compound. They got so many shutdowns. They're doing such a good performance. SNG going to be swiped out, and they're going to be going out in 10th position.
Yeah, CSP lying in 11th overall.
ABBA
so
9th.
they're looking pretty good. Let's see if they can continue forward and actually overtake the likes of SNG.
Now, ELEMENTRIX, did they spot the member of ABBA? There was, yeah, I think they did. I think they did. Yeah, because ABBA got swiped out, so that's pretty nice overall. They're going to be on the move, trying to get in the zone. You have a few members, like Headshot is in. He's fine. He's just going to be the last. Like, I think he is the last member. I do believe so.
As far as I know, that is true. But look at Nova getting in those vehicles, moving
Really fast.
straight into the circle as quickly as it can. That is the wise thing to do, and they're doing it in separate batches. However, ShiNiGaMi balck are getting ever so closer, and I believe they were actually in one vehicle, and Nova abandoned, Max on, and that's going to be SGI being put under pressure by Nova.
Oh, Nova! They're going to be losing a few of their members as they're picking a fight with ShiNiGaMi balck. And ShiNiGaMi actually looking pretty strong overall. No Mercy going to be picking a fight of their own with ELEMENTRIX getting one shut down. Poo Man just going to be taking a dump on No Mercy. And he's going to shutting them down one by one. He's going to be a little bit split. Kill in the distance. Has another angle of fire. Going to be able to put under a huge amount of pressure. The members of ELEMENTRIX not getting shut down quite yet. But definitely not in a good spot overall.
Yeah, he flushed out his enemy team with that engagement right there. But now we're going to continue on with more action. This is what we're seeing. 7 teams, 6 teams, 17 players alive. It is all happening in the final last moments of this game, and all the while Nova are still coming out on top with 4 members. However, JN being knocked down by CSP.
Yeah, Nova, when they were fighting with ShiNiGaMi, they were not looking good at all, but they were able to make up for it, regen back up 2 of their allies, and get back in the good situation they were looking for. Grenade coming on through from Mr. Hyoju in the distance from Team ELEMENTRIX. Is it going to do some work? It wasn't cooked whatsoever. Wait, I'm looking at the grenade. No, okay. Didn't hit.
On a side note, I do want to talk about the fact that because ShiNiGaMi balck are out, it's actually looking good for No Mercy, because No Mercy are still in this. So that's going to help potentially secure No Mercy's position, allow them to move back into the regional final spot. Of course, we will find out. This game has still to finish. We're still in with 6 teams and 15 players alive. 24 minutes in.
Now, this is scary for Nova eSport. I think they do not have any more utility, and you have teams left, right, up north, down the south. It's just going to be a little bit too much, I do believe, Imperium.
Yeah, just, and I'm looking at this circle, sorry. It's looking pretty good for Team 11 and No Mercy.
Yeah, No Mercy. They have the high ground. They have the highest position overall in this last zone. No more compounds. You have a little bit of a building, but just no team's going to be taking that for themselves. The zone is almost closed up. Phase 7 about to begin. And that's a phase where these teams are going to get completely obliterated into oblivion. But still, Nova eSport. I think that's the last member. Yeah, it's A. He's the last member remaining. And they're going to be losing Hyoju in the distance. Going to be the shot caller of ELEMENTRIX in a really bad spot. A few cars giving a little bit of extra layer of cover to A. That'll be fine.
Yeah, as we see, this 7th phase circle has gotten smaller and smaller. Salty are actually looking pretty good, as are CsPGPk. Although with Salty being behind CsPGPk, it could be a little bit risky. They're prone, they're near the safe zone, so they don't have far to go. And the biggest risk, the biggest fear is for No Mercy, because they are far away from the circle, even though they have high ground.
Maybe Nova eSport is not going to make it out on top. They only have A. We'll have to wait and see. CsPro Gaming, they're still pretty good, like 3 members strong actually. They have a pretty nice alone site on their side. They have SOLTISQUAD, 1 member down. There was Rusend after regening back up. But Salty might be able to get that nice surprise factor on CsPro Gaming that just seemed completely unaware.
Well, yeah, but then again, CSP are just trying to play their own game, and they're actually doing the right thing of just moving into the safe zone. Now they're proning back down. They do have all 4 members, Maxman. So from a man point of view, they have a strong advantage. I don't know if Salty are aware of this, but yeah, CSP looking pretty good. And then all the while, that 1 member of ELEMENTRIX is on his own. Poo-Poo Man just relaxing in the bushes.
They're just taking their time right now. It's going to be a snake ending, I do believe, Imperium. They're going to be losing Magenta instead of CsPro Gaming. They're trying to get that flush kill. Salty, they have no information. They're going to get a little bit overwhelmed, but no mercy. They have 2 members still up and running. It's going to be Gangsky. Gangsky is just going to be completely deleted. Caster's Curse right there, but see you later. Nova eSports going to be put an end at their win streak.
Yes, unfortunately, shame. I actually thought if any team was going to be able to do that in this situation, it would have been Nova. If I was No Mercy right now, I'd actually go into where that loot crate is, and I would hide behind it and prone around it. That would be a good choice for them, because right now they don't have a man advantage. Nice. But Emerge knocking down Sada. That's Salty down to 1 member that has any kind of health, and with this blue zone moving in, he's about to lose his life.
Rusen, yeah, he's going to have to give away his cover. The zone is moving against him. And this might be the end, but they haven't spotted him out quite yet. Responding with a little bit of heavy fire. No mercy in the distance with Gangsky. They were able to regen back up Gangsky, actually. I do believe they're trying to do it. Yeah, is he back up? Yeah, he is back up. So Gangsky's alive still. No mercy, looking really strong.
And because CSP were so focused on attacking Salty, it meant that No Mercy had the chance to move in. They actually got up on their feet, ran in, prone back down, and they're using that loot crate to their advantage.
We now have 3 teams remaining. That's going to be CsPro Gaming, SOLTISQUAD, No Mercy. CsPro Gaming still 4 members, and it's still looking great so far. Can they finally take their first win of the semi-finals? We'll have to wait and see. I'm definitely hoping that they can pull off a nice performance, because they need to also. They need to try and get confident, try and get into the regional finals. Oh, Nit! Going to be giving away his position, going to get lasered on through by Salty Rusen. But, like, still... be careful, like, they've got 2 angles of fire. It's going to be so hard to find cover when you're on the side of CsPro Gaming. Just don't stay up, just stay prone. Sneak in the grass.
Look at this, Adil, nice. He spots him, he gets the knockdown onto Gangsy. That's No Mercy down to 1 member. But Kill responds with the knockdown for himself. Gonna hide behind that car, 3v1.
Come on, Kill, you can do it. You know you can do it. Do you have grenade? If you had a grenade, that would be just such a nice move to go for. He does have the card that already exploded, I do believe, so he could potentially make it out. Oh no, okay, didn't. It's fine, they're going to be lasering on through, not going to connect any of those bullets with the M4, but just going to try and get multiple angles of fire. Just going to be a little bit too much. And finally, CsPro Gaming coming out on top. I'm getting their first chicken dinner in this semi-finals.
Very nicely played by them. They occupied the safe zone right generally from the midpoint of the match. They stayed down south, and they really used their positioning very effectively. They took on Nova, and they won that bout. I believe once they kind of took on Nova and they won, that was a kind of highest level of confidence that they needed to move in. We do see that No Mercy finally getting a good result in 2nd place, but only with 2 kills. So I do kind of worry about that. However, it's still going to give them 24 points. 24 points they absolutely need, especially when they were being hunted down by ShiNiGaMi balck, as you do see down. Salty finishing in 3rd, getting 4 kills, pretty good. AST, 2 kills, 6th place. It's going to be good for them, but interesting to see how it does pay off in the overall standings. And once again, like I talked about, ShiNiGaMi balck in 7th with 2 kills.
ShiNiGaMi balck. I also want to talk about No Mercy. They were in 17th position before this game. They needed a good positioning. They got in 2nd. As you mentioned, they only got 2 kills, it was. Still, that's overall 24 points going their way. And that's a great opportunity for them to get back in that top 16. But it's still going to be pretty hard. If they have a good performance next game, they're good to go.
Yeah, based on my preliminary calculations, it should push them up. I know that was a big word, wasn't it? It should push them up to about 15th ahead of ELEMENTRIX. As I said, without calculating the points that ELEMENTRIX got. So that has essentially moved them up into the safe zone, I believe. But still with 1 game to go, ShiNiGaMi balck definitely have a chance of qualifying. But I believe for the likes of Quad, that's their chances shot down, Maxon.
Gonna have a close look at the overall results of this last game. If you did just miss the action, unfortunately, 47 points for CS Pro Gaming. They get 17 kills. They pulled off a Nova. They pulled off a Nova Esport. Nicely done. ELEMENTRIX, they got 10 kills. They got 16 points in terms of positioning points, 26. They were in like the grey area. Were they going to make it up or not? It was kind of a big question. But they are in 50. They were in 15s before this game, and they're just going to get above of the Destroyer and Team Headshot.
Yeah, so actually, in fairness, No Mercy will actually be in 16th place rather than 15th. So
they were in 17th before this game.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll be enough for them. But like because Astana still got 14 points max on, which is still 12 points less than 10 points less than No Mercy, my apologies. It means that it's still not over for these teams. One game, you're going to see these this final regional final spot is going to go between 4 or 5 teams. It's getting tight.
I'm going to have a little bit of a spotlight info on CS Pro Gaming. They got the chicken dinner last game.
Yep.
And now they were standing at 218. They were just behind the likes of Team SNG, Team Rose, like behind one of the few Chinese dominating teams so far. And they were looking good. So if they can pull off these kind of games, because they played so smart, they could potentially represent the Wildcard series. Like it's not impossible.
It's definitely not impossible. You know, getting a win and essentially taking down Nova, who are confidently in first. What that does to her mentality is it just allows them to kind of go, okay, we can do this. Yes, it might require a little bit of luck, but it also requires a lot of skill, and they've shown that they have that skill. So CS Pro, take that ball and you run with it into the next game, into regional finals, into global finals.
Wow, Imperium. This is about to end. We have one single game remaining. Erangel, where everything started, but everything is also about to end in just a few minutes. Also, if you did, just before we have a little break, if you did unfortunately miss out the action, you want to check out all the awesome games that have been happening today. One of the most action-packed days, actually, I think, in the entire spring split so far has been great. If you want to check that out, go over to the link that is down below, clubopen.pubgmobile.com. I have all the juicy info over there. Also, if you are watching us live on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, you want to follow, you want to be notified when we or the other regions go live, hit that like, follow, or subscribe button to be informed. Anyways, thank you for watching. We'll be back shortly for the last game of the Wildcard series.
Game, Vivo V15 series, Vivo.
Zombie, Darkest Night, the newest mode in the zombie universe is here. This time, the rules are different. No more parachuting, as players will be placed at random locations on the map when the match begins, and there is no single winner. Players must work with their teammates to spend one long night in the match and stay alive until the sun comes up. Waves and waves of zombies will spawn during each of the 3 foggy periods at night, and supplies should only be scavenged when the fog fades. The main objective is not to defeat other players, though this doesn't mean they are harmless. Players may need to work with other teams when necessary, but should also watch their backs in case the Fragile Alliance goes south. This will be a unique experience for every player involved. This new mode also comes with a passive skill for every player. Understanding these skills will be the key to staying alive in this long night. Can you ride out the night?
Do you play PUBG Mobile? Maybe you never run out of stamina. Maybe you're always aware of your surroundings. Maybe you're an amazing cook with the pan. Maybe you're a great driver. But as soon as you hear the sound of an airplane, you get into the zone. In PUBG Mobile, you all come from different walks in life. But you face the same dangers on the battleground. And you become friends. You work together to overcome the obstacles. This is PUBG Mobile. There's a number one in all of us. Welcome to the PUBG Mobile first anniversary party. PUBG Mobile, be the one.
Play PUBG Mobile for free.
Hello and welcome back. Maxman Imperium, we're back at it again for the last game of today of the semi-finals of this entire spring split group stage and semi-final stage. It's all come down to this. Who's going to be coming out on top? Who's going to get the last chicken dinner? And who's going to be able to flex on his friends at school? We'll have to wait and see.
The tension, in the words of Phil Collins, I can feel it calling in the air tonight, Maxman.
I feel it in my fingers.
Okay.
I feel it in my toes.
Anyway, of course, any action that you've missed so far, you can head on over to clubopen.pubgmobile.com. And whether you're checking us out on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, please feel free to hit that like, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. I think part of the reason why there's a certain level of calmness in us is because we just don't know what's going to happen. Compared to group stages where we knew a couple of teams could 100% climb up because the teams that were ahead of them had already played their final games, we're going into this last game where 2 or 3 teams can move up, but they're going up against teams that are in the same set of groups. So it's so close, it's so tight.
I got one easy way of explaining it: the calm before the storm in Imperium.
Yeah,
last game, it all came down to this. Okay, so now, as you did see, if you did miss, unfortunately, the action that happened, these are the overall standings so far. CsPGPk got last game. Feels good, man. If you come from Pakistan, this is a good day to be a Pakistani fan. But now, we're about to start with match 24. It's all come down to this once again. Nova eSport, will they get another chicken dinner? Or will it be claimed by another country? We'll have to wait and see.
Of course, and kind of talking about the standings, talking about the leaderboards, of course, the focus overall is on the elimination zone and the final 16th, 15th place. But got to give credit to the likes of SolTISQUAD and CSP because from the games today, SolTISQUAD have moved up to 5th place and CSP Gaming have moved up to 6th place. So those 2 positions have really helped.
We were just talking about the elimination zone Imperium, 17th to 24th position. Unfortunately, we'll be saying goodbye to the likes of T25, KharDimaghh. But Team AST, Astana, ShiNiGaMi, they're just so close. And they can make it up there. They just need a few, this good game is going to decide if they make it through.
They definitely will. I do think it's game over for Gamers of Pakistan and United Earth. Even Quadcore, because they're on 136 points and No Mercy are on 161. It would require multiple teams coming out in 16th, 15th and Quadcore getting a Nova level of points, to be honest. So, unfortunately, we will see. But look at this, Maxman.
Yep. You have a few teams here on the ledge about to... They're stumbling. They're almost falling over, but not quite yet. The likes of No Mercy. The Destroyer, ELEMENTRIX, so close to potentially getting taken over. But, yeah, you need a good game.
Of course, you look at ELEMENTRIX and you go, yeah, they're on 14th place. They're 168 points. AST in 17th place are 155. That's only 13 points, Maxman. That's the difference between a 1st place and a 10th place. Bang on. But look at this. 8th to 1st. We see Nova on top.
Nova. It's just, once again, 442. I don't think they'll get to, unfortunately, 500.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad, man. But it's all good. Once again, a lot of Chinese teams in this top section. And CsPGPk, they got up to the 6th position.
Yeah,
that last
that's
chicken dinner.
So really well played with them. I do. If Nova gets above 450, I think that'd be accomplishment. I can't say compliment. Okay, I'm just going to forget that. Hey, Bale. But look at this, Maxon. Final game of the day. Final game of the PUBG Mobile Club Open Wildcard region. It's all coming down to this.
If you trust the process, this is the perfect plane. Feels nice to be a trust the process and the power fan right now. Going to be pretty central overall. Maybe ELEMENTRIX will be able to get towards Quarry or Primorsk and make their way toward Hospital / George Pole. That's once again their favorite drop location. They didn't get it last game. Maybe this time they will.
Maybe they will. I do want to talk about ShiNiGaMi balck. They had 2 fantastic games. The 3rd game, we didn't see them pull out that high of a performance, especially when other teams around them did well. But they are still currently lying in 18th place on 140 points. So 21 points behind the likes of No Mercy, 23 behind the Destroyer. It's going to be hard.
I'm a sad boy. We're not going to end it with a military base finish, unfortunately. Last game it was on the east. This time around, the zone is going to be on the very, very west section. Very small amount of water overall. We do have a few locations on military base that will be covered by the circle. And not many teams on that side. And Nova Esport, this time, not going to go their side.
No, not at all. We do see a lot of teams are actually, like we saw in the last game, kind of north to south in one line. So as you pointed out, no teams are on the west side. So it means they're going to be able to give them space to move around. But look at this, ABBA, straight up on military base, trying to get onto SGI. SGI need the performance of their lives. We're less than 3 minutes in when we're seeing a squad fight already, Maximan.
They are rushing this military base area. They're looking to try and pick that kill. ABBA Esport and ShiNiGaMi balck, they're both in the elimination zone there right now in Imperium. So that means the team that dies here doesn't make it through to the regional finals. This is going to be a huge fight, and both of these teams got to be very cautious of what they do.
Yeah, ABBA are going in for the kill in my eyes. They're looking for them, trying to prone around. SGI trying to just stay where they are and not move, so ABBA will not know where they are.
They're shaking. Like, no, please. We don't want to pick this fight.
Oh, we do see the shots going around. Eots is going to be able to knock down Wolf.
Shut him down. Nice flush. Hey, VSS move. Nice one. That's going to be Wolf, unfortunately, just first casualty of this skirmish. And now ShiNiGaMi like, let's run. We don't want to pick that fight. And ABBA Esport, they're certain a dominance. Trying to get multiple angles. They're a little bit split right now. A little bit of a weird breach in this compound. Chopper going to take a lot of damage, but same for MK Gun. MK Gun going to be the casualty on the side of ABBA Esport, but now has backup, has Sanad. Get another nice knockdown on their side, and that's going to be turned into a really nice scenario. ShiNiGaMi balck so held did reposition in the distance to try and not get a four-man team flush. That would be a big, unfortunate move, and so has to run for it. As ShiNiGaMi balck, they were losing that skirmish.
Okay, look, last game, it's early stages. Sohail should be able to survive. It's not a squad wipe. Wow. Credit to ABBA Esports. Let's see what Sohail can do as a lone wolf of ShiNiGaMi balck.
He's dead. Like, he's not, so he's gonna. Unfortunately, he's gonna get taken down. But like ABBA Esport, they took such a huge risk that like most teams, I think, would have played it really passive, avoided the fight. They went straight for it. They're trying to overtake ShiNiGaMi balck, and they did because they're just under.
But here's my thinking: they've kind of got nothing to lose because they are kind of quite a good few points ahead of the elimination zone. So from that sense, they're kind of putting it into their own control. So I give them respect for that.
Go all in or go home, Imperium. And ABBA Esport, they are going all in so far. So the zone, we saw a little bit earlier, pretty focused on the west section. Not too many teams on the coastline. So that would be a good area to focus on right now. Maybe Nova Esport that loves repositioning early on and wants to go for that area. That's what they did last game.
Yeah, as we do see, no mercy. They have the Yasna and Pollyanna area. There's SOLTISQUAD around for them, but there's so many buildings around there that it's easy to pick up whatever loot you want without getting into an engagement with one of the enemy teams.
Team AST, they're in 17th right now. We're going to have a little bit closer look to this team. They require 6 points to make it up over No Mercy. Hoping that No Mercy gets flushed, get no points whatsoever, and AST can just barely make it through. It's going to be a close call.
But we saw No Mercy finishing in second last game. We've seen them do this before, where we've kind of knocked them down. We've seen them knock themselves down, literally and metaphorically. And they'll come back the next game and pull in a fantastic performance. So I actually think No Mercy will be fine. But of course, we have a long way to go, Maxman. Look at this circle, starting to close in. See where these teams are lying.
No Mercy was the hopes of Australia on their shoulders. Going to be interesting to see how they're going to be working out this game. And you'd have Team Headshot. They are just chilling. They're taking their time. They're the new ELEMENTRIX. They holding the George Pole compound for themselves, which is normally an ELEMENTRIX location. That's twice in a row on Erangel. The ELEMENTRIX hasn't got their main drop location.
But they still finished in the last game with 26 points. So it worked for them last time.
Maybe George Pole was what was bringing them down. Yeah, exactly. Maybe. Rose on Pachinki, as always. Not going to be contended this time. What? I never heard Rose goes call it Pachinki.
Well, color me pink and call me Bobby. That is a surprise if I've ever heard one.
That was a really nice sentence, Imperium. Thank you very much. AST picking a fight, though. And not looking really good as Quadcore in the distance, going to be sniping on through. These are also two teams that are in the elimination zone. These are the teams that should not be fine early on. And they're going for it.
Well, Quad, they're not going to qualify, so they've got nothing to lose.
You never know.
They're not going to qualify. I'm sorry, Quad. I love you guys, but you're not going to qualify. But prove me wrong.
Oh. Again, it was that kind of mindset, Imperium. So negative. Come on. You never know. There could be a nice turnaround story for this team. I hope that they can do something nice. So also, I want to talk real quick about what happened last game. If you guys unfortunately did miss the action on last game. Nova eSport. They've been known to be a team that's been rotating so fast and so efficiently. But last game, they rotated in the dead center of the zone with no coverage. I just hope that they're not going to do that mistake twice in a row, because they reposition so fast, but sometimes repositioning too well can go up against you.
That's true, and I do agree with that. When we talked about it during the break, totally noticed that myself. My only thinking outside of them just making a bit of a mistake is like I said before, they've qualified, they've secured first spot. Maybe they're just trying different strategies, different elements within the game that they can learn going into the regional finals. That's, because I don't think they deserve to be, let's say, told they're making mistakes because they've done what they've done. So it's really interesting. Right now they are on the very east side of the map, Maxan, so they are going to want to start moving in like they are now. And we're seeing a cluster of teams around them. Like you pointed out at the start, there's barely any teams between Hospital and Gaka.
And you have also SGI, ShiNiGaMi Balck, the last member, so hell, he did run away. He's avoiding the fight, he's trying to get to the coastline, trying to play nice, play low, trying to avoid getting spotted out by these teams, which he must do because the only real way that now ShiNiGaMi can pull it off is just snaking it. That's the only reason he can make it through.
Sometimes you can make it on your own. Could happen in ShiNiGaMi Balck status. They couldn't make it on his own.
How about eSport? They haven't moved. They're just still on military base. They're chilling, taking their time. The zone is about to close up, Imperium. We're about to enter phase 2. Is it going to be central? There's a very small chance of being military. It's not going to be military. I don't know why I even hoped it was going to be military. My hopes and dreams are going to be shattered once again.
I do think a small part of the circle is a military zone.
It's not military. It's military island.
Panned over. I'm trying to be nice to you, man. I'm trying to be hopeful. Come on.
I'm depressed.
Wow, okay. Wow. See, that escalated quickly. But either way, these teams are now going to start moving in. Hopefully get an overview of the circle to see how it's panning out for these teams.
What are they going to get? Kinder Surprise, it's time. What are you going to get? EOTS of eSport and Sabri. Can we have a nice look inside? No, we're not. Okay, we're going to have a look at the minimap.
Boom. Look at this. Straight out down the west coast. Barely any teams around there. We're going to see a cluster of these teams in these vehicles moving down. Very wise choice, except for the Destroyer, but we sort of do that the last game where they kind of waited. Don't think it's a bad idea. I want to see these teams moving around the Gaka and Hospital area because it's completely unoccupied. Headshot will have absolutely no problem getting into the circle.
Yeah, there's just no one occupying that northwest section. Nova eSport, they were on the very, very west, and they're one of the first teams rotating in zone, so they once again being very snappy, very responsive to the next area.
Yeah, Quadcore, they like to stay around the coastal area outside the military base, and they're doing that. It's paying off for now. Normally what is interesting is No Mercy do like to land around Primorsk. If they had landed there, it would have paid off, but right now they're on the east side as United Earth and Rose coming together.
Coming together, but not going together for United Earth, as they're going to be losing 2 of their members, Imperium. Not looking good. Marilo Wild and G5, they are split. They are pretty far. Shouldn't be picking that fight. Once again, United Earth, they are a team that are in 21st position so far. Potentially going to be taken out. This is going to be a really complicated situation. They're not off to a good start.
They haven't qualified for regionals. They're behind Quadcore. Points calculations, they would need an absolute Christmas miracle.
Okay.
I was quite proud of that. Come on.
Let's go. That's fine. I'll give it a 9.5.
Yes. But look at this. Now we're seeing so many of these teams in the center of the circle. Now, the good thing about that is it's quite high ground. There are a few compounds around there. But there's not that much in terms of the core areas that I like to see these teams in.
There are even like too many teams in the center of the zone. They're occupying the entire location, though this Shack going to give a little bit of coverage over to Team Quadcore. Going to get sniped from afar by Abba eSport. That'll be good, but Rose picking a fight. Wiz Games of Pakistan also that were on that school area. A lot of members going to be lost on their side. They're just having a passive fight.
Look at Fatman in the distance, away from his team. Actually giving really good locational position to Abba. Abba have only that tree to hide behind. And right now, they're losing a couple of their members to near health and knockdowns. Let's see how Abba can respond from that Shack.
They're trying their best right now. They have 2 angles of fire, trying to respond with a little bit of damage, not really connecting. Quadcore still full HP on most of their members. Nova and Rose going to be actually clashing. 2 Chinese teams playing really aggressive early on. Kind of to be expected. That is the kind of Chinese meta you are looking forward to. It's fine. And Nova, they are getting up on Rose.
Yeah, Rose, they haven't really performed that well overall in the semifinals, dropping down to 11th overall compared to group stages. So I'm sure they will be a little bit disappointed, but securing their top spot. We're seeing action all around with this circle moving in to the north, to the southeast, should I say.
I salute you, Rose. You tried, but you got denied.
On a side note, there's still water occupying that phase 2. That means the next couple of circles, we're going to see a huge shift, and the land is going to be even smaller. So teams have got to be aware of that.
Yeah. Potentially, you'll think the next phase is probably going to be inland, so I'll have to keep that in mind. Quadcore, it's just like 4 angles of fire. They have a really nice frontier. Abba eSport, they can't breach it, but essentially the back maybe potentially put at risk the positioning of Quadcore. Sana's going to be shut down, and that's Abba eSport going out in 15th position.
Yeah, credit to Quadcore. I did question their initial positioning, but they were able to really flank around, and as you pointed out, really nicely done. It's
a really good positioning to harass the team, but also you put yourself at risk. If SNG was like, oh, we're going to engage that, like Quadcore would have got deleted.
Of course. 100% agree. But it paid off, so see how they do respond in that. I do think if they do move up towards those buildings that are just by the river, that will really pay off. But right now, we're seeing actually SNG getting under fire with that vehicle. Just honestly, I'm going to give that a nice solid 8. Yeah, I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10.
Wow, okay.
Right there, beautifully done. They managed to survive as ELEMENTRIX.
United
up onto United Earth.
They only have 2 members remaining, and they got the 2 members in 1 car. That is a little bit of a risky move. Maybe you want to try and set yourself in a compound and hold it, or try and like just play low. Don't give your location away. SNG, they're still 4 members strong. They were rotating a lot. Now they are good. They have a compound towards that bridge area. They're good to go. Quadcore, they're going to get sniped by Nova eSport, losing member after Meza. Azrock Pacific, not looking good.
Yes, right now United Earth and CsPGPk. That's United Earth, nearly squad wipe. 5 is left, but Nit comes in and goes, boom, you're down.
Their dreams just got shattered by the likes of CS Pro Gaming. They are not making it through to the regional finals. I'm hoping, okay? I love an underdog story. It could happen. You never know.
Well, talking about the underdog story, 1 member, ShiNiGaMi balck. Only player left in this last game. They need roughly about 21 to 24 points if they are going to make their way to the regional finals. Nice kind of safe place for now, but I do fear, depending on how this safe zone, how the circle shifts up, it might put them under a little bit more pressure. And then look at No Mercy. They're on the east side on their own, and they've actually got plenty of space around them to move into the next circle.
Pacific of Quadcore, Fatman. Also, LCBM. They're going to be a little bit split. Like, they're going to be actually really split. AST in the dead center of that, and this might be the end of their story at the end of the day. Nova eSport always in the center of the zone. But this time around, they have a compound. They have some protection. This is okay. I'm okay with that. Nova eSport looking strong.
Yeah, I actually do like how we're down to 13 teams, 40 players. So even though there's still 13 teams, we've had a chunky amount of the players within those teams taken out. So I do like actually how these teams are spread apart. The south compound area where SNG and Salty are, very nice. Not so much high ground, but there's a few buildings, a few compounds that they can really occupy.
Very nice indeed. And CST in the they have a shack, but like also if you want to try and rotate out, it's going to be a really hard situation to get out of. Games of Pakistan, only one member remaining. That's going to be Alpha all around the board. Trust the process. They're going to be breached by Nova eSport, looking really aggressive. They're going to be losing Bandit in that skirmish. Grenade going to be coming on through, going to be getting a car exploded. Looking to play really aggressive. Another knock coming down from Xiaozi, doing a huge amount of work. One of the top DPS players in this entire semi-final series, Imperium. And he's looking to play super aggressive, trying to go 1v3. They do have the smoke, going to be locking out the line of sight. ShiNiGaMi going to be another knock on the side of Trust the Process. Now they're just getting them one by one. One last member, and that's going to be Vcash of Trust the Process, trying to play as aggressive as possible. He's going to get potentially knocked. He's solo. He's got no more HP remaining, but that will put, yeah, it's going to be the end, and that's going to be Trust the Process eliminated.
You go up against the top team, you're going to get bitten. I do want to point out that Xiaozi was so crucial to that team fight. He got in on the front line. I thought the position was going to be too harsh, but he moved around. He wasn't taking much damage, and the rest of his team followed up. Great play.
You know what? I respect Trust the Process. They're almost taken out Nova. They almost. They got 3 knocks. Great job overall. But they're safe. They were in Trust the Process. We're 9th, so they make it through anyways to the semifinals. Sorry, to the regional finals. They're good to go. The Destroyer, they have S. Like S are super split actually, and they do not have any kind of coverage. They're playing the long game, playing the snake game. And no mercy once again. They're going to try and pull off a shack move. Didn't go too well for them last time. They did one. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, ELEMENTRIX, the Destroyer, no mercy. 3 teams in the regional finals. AST and SGI have got to absolutely rip them apart. If they see them, kill them. Wipe them out. That might sound harsh, but it's true.
It's a war game. Like, you're supposed to kill people. ELEMENTRIX, they're going to be picking a fight with SNG. You might want to not focus too much on SNG because right behind you, there's Nova eSport. Okay, you don't want to overlook a Nova eSport.
Really?
I don't even think they have the info. Do they have the info?
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
Quite as much information as they would like on where Nova are. You see, I believe, a couple of grenades being thrown out, but nobody there to feel the heat of it. ELEMENTRIX still a 4-man team though. They've got to get a good result to secure their regional spot, Maxon.
These 2 teams are in the circle, so they are fine. The circle is about to close up, actually. We're going to get into phase 5. Really interesting to see where the next circle is going to dictate the game. Going to have a nicer look. Thank you, Mr. Producer Man. Where is it going to be? It's going to, oh, Nova eSport.
Well, they're still under pressure, Maxon, from these teams moving in from the north. The team that has the perfect positions are both Salty and SNG.
Salty, they also got pretty good positioning, but they do not have the compound, and you cannot overlook that. ELEMENTRIX and Nova eSport seem like 2 high contenders for this last chicken dinner, and they're trying to take it home.
That is very true. They do have high ground.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's not going to be a swish. Fortunate.
Feels bad, man. ELEMENTRIX and Orange trying to feel the heat against each other, but SOLTISQUAD in a distance, looking to take out member by member. Then we have the teams from the outside. They need to move in, likes of No Mercy, likes of the Destroyer. They want to finish high, but they've got to get into the circle sooner rather than later because it's starting to close in. 20 minutes in, 10 teams, 32 players alive.
The Destroyer, they're in 15th position right now. They're going to have a hard time. Oh, we're going to whiz! Just going to make it through. But the Destroyer, they've got to be very careful. Yeah. Try and get a good amount of protection because if they lose this, they might get overtaken by a bunch of team, and you know they want to overtake them.
Exactly. Exactly indeed, Maxon.
Look at that. Well, the snipe action was the mini 40. What? Okay, okay. Nice one. Nova gets it.
But all the while, we do see action being kicked underway and around just the north side of this circle. It's what I expected with these teams moving in. Let's see who is surviving the headshots, getting member knocked down after knockdown, but returning fire onto SOLTISQUAD, who I thought were in a safer position. But like you said, the outside is exposing them.
10 teams all around the board. Imperium, they're going to be fighting to the death for this last chicken dinner of the spring split. Team Headshot, they're going to be facing up against SOLTISQUAD, and SOLTISQUAD coming out on top of the grenade. Was that grenade against his own team? I think it was.
No, it wasn't. It was a grenade that was thrown out by... Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yep, Rip Orino, ELEMENTRIX, they're going to be still holding compound, haven't moved whatsoever. Same for Nova eSport. going to have a passive wall. But that means also ELEMENTRIX and Nova eSport together, they are protecting this one compound. And no teams can get close.
Also, what that does mean is Headshot are going to finish in 10th place. It's going to give them a few points, but depending on where AST, No Mercy, the Destroyer, and ELEMENTRIX finish, they could put Headshot into the elimination zone.
Gonna have to keep that under a close focus. I have a few shots coming up from Nova being so good on that precision. They're doing such a nice amount of work as the zone is moving in, about to be closed up. Phase 6 is about to begin. And where is it? We can't see it.
I believe it's still shifted.
I don't think it's compound.
Southwest. So it's still favoring the likes of SOLTISQUAD if they haven't moved too far away, if we can get that overview. But right now, still No Mercy, CsPGPk, SNG. They all have to move in. I do think No Mercy have a great high ground, but like you point out, there's no shacks, there's no buildings, so they've got to be careful, and they're getting in a vehicle. It's a bit of a risky situation. Let's see how they can respond, but he's joining the rest of his members as Nova AY trying to find Zakil, blow up that vehicle, gets behind that rock if he can protect himself a little bit more.
Doing a huge amount of work. That mini 14 play coming up from A is just nice. They're going to be, yes, it's going to be focused on SOLTISQUAD, as you mentioned. Imperium is going to be really nice for these kind of plays. Also, this zone is going to be really terrain focused, snake focused. Going to have to try and like ease their way into that last zone. SOLTISQUAD is still 4 members strong overall, and they are ready to hold that position. Now we have teams, they're going to try and force into that compound, to that last zone as soon as possible. Nova, they're on the move. Going to be split with 2 cars. Same for ELEMENTRIX, they are rushing for the zone as soon as possible. 9 teams are just about to clash into each other. Going to be trying to pick a few kills for themselves. CsPGPk going to be losing it on that left side of your screen. SNG making it almost to the zone, but SOLTISQUAD, they're going to be having a hard time. Too many teams want to breach right now.
Of course, we've got this small building area. Nova is going on to ELEMENTRIX. Can ELEMENTRIX survive? Getting into that vehicle. Junior's taking hit after hit. Is he going to be knocked down? He's managing to survive for now, but Mr. Hazu behind that compound, trying to prone, but why would you do that when you're under pressure as a team already?
ELEMENTRIX, they're just solo overall. Snipes from SOLTISQUAD trying to deny them. PUBGMOBILE going to be taking quite a shot. He's trying to hide, but he knows exactly where you are. I don't know what was the point of that. ELEMENTRIX going to be losing PUBGMOBILE. Might be the end of their story as they lose Junior. Orange going to be also pretty low. Mr. Hyoju, the shot caller of the team, still in the compound, hasn't given it up quite yet. But Salty just dominating. Now we have 7 teams. 2 teams did get denied right now.
Orange is the only one with health out of ELEMENTRIX. Even though 3 players are alive, 2 of them are knocked down, so they are most likely going to lose their lives. So we will see how ELEMENTRIX will end up. Nova 4 members strong. No Mercy still 4 members strong. They are being revived and healed up as much as they can. Sneak Blake in the distance. SNG trying to find a position, but Kill is taking shots while being proned up as Nova moving in onto Junior. Secure that kill, but they haven't got high ground. Salty are looking pretty good.
Yeah, Salty are just having the best position so far. They're a little bit split. They got multiple angles of fire. Going to have a little bit of courage given up by the loot crate that just dropped. That's going to be really going well for Nova eSport. And they're just snaking it through. These teams are fighting. Nova eSport, they don't need to fight. And they've also fixing what they did last game. They're not going in the dead center. They're playing on the edge.
Can we talk about the fact that the Destroyer is still going? However, Mans is about to lose his life to Blue Zone. Ooh. He's managed to actually survive if he can heal up. However, SOLTISQUAD with those grenades are knocking down member after member of No Mercy. That's it.
Boom.
No
Kobe.
Mercy. Squad wiped by Salty. They finish up in 6th position.
5 teams now. It's come down to this, ladies and gentlemen, for the PUBG Mobile Club Open Spring Split. This is the Wildcard Series. All of these teams trying to dominate, trying to represent the country to the best of their potential. It's a good day for PUBG Mobile.
Also feeling a little bit sad, a little bit somber, because we are about to be finishing
our
time here in the PUBG Mobile Club Open. It's going to get wild before it calms down. I'll tell you that much, Maxon. Down to 5 teams, like you said, 8 players. 4 of those players are Nova. Is it 4 or 3, actually?
Right now, I do believe they are...
3?
3. They do seem to be... Yeah, they're only 3. Yeah,
so
they lost a member.
Salty are down to 2. CSP are down to 1. And Destroyer are down to 1.
And the zone is on Nova. So that means that Salty, unfortunately, are going to have to give up their prime location they were defending for the last 5 to 10 minutes.
At least they still have a certain level of high ground there.
CsPGPk
As we see Destroyer taking down Emerge.
CsPGPk, they're going to get in 5th position. 4 teams remaining now, ladies and gentlemen. Sada going pretty low, losing a lot of utility right now. They're using a lot of that right off the bat. Salty going to be losing one of their members. And very unfortunate, SOLTISQUAD actually going out in 4th position. They had the best positioning ever, but unfortunately, it's not going to be enough for them. That's going to be now 3 teams remaining. The Destroyer in the distance. Man's taking quite a bit of damage. Going to be also spotted out by Xiaozi, one of the top players in this entire wildcard series. Trying to respond with as much damage as possible. He's standing up. Maybe not the move you want to try and do. You are in the zone. Just trying to avoid the fight as much as possible.
He has a ghillie suit.
What's that grenade? Okay.
He had a ghillie suit. Why was he standing up when he had a ghillie suit? Part of the point of having a ghillie suit is that you can prone down and there's less chance of being hidden. But either way, we are down to 2 teams, 4 players alive. Essentially 3v1 situation. Can Sneak Blake turn it around? Can he put SNG in a top place? Oh, we will be finding out very soon, Maxman.
Nova Esport, they want their 7th chicken dinner in this entire semi-final split. SNG Blake Snake, is it going to be spotted out? He does get the up on A, but he's going to get shredded to pieces. Not even Flex Tape can fix that. And that's going to be chicken dinner going over to Nova Esport. Hashtag Nova Strong in chat.
Man, Nova pulling out the stops in this final game. You said they made mistakes in that last game. Have they turned around and said to you, okay, but we're going to come back and win? Absolutely fantastic play. However, we've got to talk about the elimination zone. Unfortunately, I don't think AST or ShiNiGaMi balck have secured their regional final position, because when you look at the top 7 teams, Maxan, the Destroyer, ELEMENTRIX, and No Mercy all finished up there. No team that was behind them in the standings have finished ahead of them in this last game.
A few teams that we know that are going out, unfortunately. See you later, SGI, Quadcore, Abbott eSport. It's been good. We had fun times. You'll have to come back for full split. Trying to sign up and try and qualify again. And it feels really bad. But I really want to see like where the standings are right now. We're not 100% certain on which team. Like some teams are just in the grey area. We don't really know. We'll have to wait and see if they made it through.
Also, I do want to talk about Salty. They were close to overtaking both Camp to Win and Nomad Warriors. As far as I know, with that 27 point in 3rd place, that has put them ahead of Camp to Win and putting them 3rd overall, this Nepali team, showing us how it's done in this last day.
Nova Esport, another 47 points. What are you expecting? If you had to choose one team to represent the Wildcard Series, like Nova Esport, like the most consistent team, like they are your go-to team if you want Wildcard to show up really strong in the regional finals.
Yeah, I talked about how Nomad Warriors had kind of turned into probably the most consistent team in the Wildcard region, but with Nova, 7 chicken dinners and such high positions and such a high amount of points, speaks for itself, Maxon.
I'm just hoping we'll be able to get the overall standings pop up. If we can, we'll show it to you guys as soon as possible. Mr. Producer, man, please, 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 show it to us. Show us the light.
That last game, I don't want to say I'm not surprised, but Nova finishing 1st overall in the standings, finishing 1st in that last game, dominating performance once again. As we do see, 24th to 17th.
So we're going to say, unfortunately, goodbye to a few of these teams. We got a nice time meeting. That was going to be Astana, ShiNiGaMi, balck, Quadcore, Abbott eSport, United Earth, Gamers of Pakistan, T25, and KharDimaghh. They are going to be going home. We can still be proud. You made it to the semi-finals. You qualified in the semi-finals, in the top 32 of the Wildcard Series. Still feels good, man. The teams that barely made it on top, though. No Mercy, Headshot, The Destroyer. ELEMENTRIX was in a really weird situation. We didn't know if it would be enough. They showed up, and they just made just enough to make it in the top 13.
No Mercy, like, talk about surviving by the skin of their teeth. I know Australians like to live in an exciting life. They love surfing, they love barbecues, they love doing whatever. They love fighting kangaroos, for God's sake. No Mercy. They've gone up against hurricane after hurricane. They've had unfortunate performance after unfortunate performance, but they still turned around and showed us how it's done by qualifying for this regional finals. Great job by them.
Australia only had 1 team representing them from day 1, and they're still in the top 16, so they have a shot at qualifying and representing the Wildcard Series. Now let's look at this top 8 position. Once again, Nova Esport. They're so close to 500. It's so sad.
They did get over 450, so fair play to them. SRY finishing in 2nd. And like I said, SOLTISQUAD finishing in 3rd place overall. I'm not going to lie, coming into the semi-finals, after we saw them play,
they did bad, yeah.
Did not think that was going to happen. So full credit to them for coming back and proving us wrong.
That's a huge, like, difference between the likes of Nova Esport, then SOI, and then SOLTISQUAD. It's such a big difference of points. And then you got the likes of Camtawind, who did finally give up their third position. They've been in third position since day one, so finally they will get knocked down to 5th. Nomad Warriors, they're going to be in 6th. SNG, they did pretty decent, and they stand in 7th. So this is still a pretty much Chinese-focused leaderboard in the top 8.
It is. It is. But then again, when you have the likes of Nomad Warriors, who are from, not going to lie, I forget. I think they're from Kazakhstan.
Which team?
Nomad Warriors.
I'll get you that way. We don't remember everything, unfortunately, guys. Let's get this
okay. While he's getting that, when you talk about Nomad Warriors, when you talk about these Impali-based teams, the likes of Hype, the likes of SOLTISQUAD, the likes of ELEMENTRIX, that put in the work to finish where they were, you know, they deserve a lot of credit, and a lot of these countries are being represented. It is a shame that we didn't get the likes of SGI, who are from Morocco, qualifying for the regional finals. It would have been nice to have seen that. But at the end of the day, like I said, you had to step up and show up. They did it for 2 games, but when you have 4, you got to do it consistently.
Yeah, I think like over the course of this entire wildcard series, I think like still to this day, consistency is the word we talked about the most.
Of course.
And Nova has been the most consistent team over this entire tournament. It's weird, like, yeah, you check Nova Esport during the group stage, like, they were just there, like, we didn't see them that much.
No.
And then just, like, group stage, like, gonna shred, just flex on everyone and just shred it. So, like, really happy of Nova Esport. Their performances has been great. And overall, it's just been a really, like, great wildcard series, and we've been so happy to bring you guys the action.
Yeah, of course. Thank you to every single team that has played in the wildcard region, every single team that applied, that qualified, that got through every single phase. You should all be really proud of yourselves. At the end of the day, part of the reason why we're casters, because frankly, we're not good enough to be pro players. So really, so much credit. And I think you'll agree with me when we say that we have seen a huge evolution of gameplay and skill throughout the wildcard region. So thank you very much for that. Also, huge thank you to every single person that has shown any sign of support to myself and Maxman as we've brought you the action in the wildcard region, and hope you can see our beautiful faces sometime in the future.
Maybe we'll be back for the full split. Hire us, Tencent, please. Anyways, like, as Imperium said, like, it's been just a great experience overall to bring you guys the action, and I hope you enjoyed our casting. It was just one of the best experiences we had so far in eSport was PUBG Mobile. So thank you so much to everyone that has been supporting the teams, ourselves, all the production crew. Once again, thank you to StarLadder that gave us the opportunity and just been doing the entire production of this tournament. My name was Maxman. I was joined by Imperium, and we're about to leave. So thank you so much. We hope to see you all soon, and stay safe as always.
Your game, Vivo V15 series, Vivo.
Zombie, Darkest Night, the newest mode in the zombie universe is here. This time, the rules are different. No more parachuting, as players will be placed at random locations on the map when the match begins, and there is no single winner. Players must work with their teammates to spend one long night in the match and stay alive until the sun comes up. Waves and waves of zombies will spawn during each of the 3 foggy periods at night, and supplies should only be scavenged when the fog fades. The main objective is not to defeat other players, though this doesn't mean they are harmless. Players may need to work with other teams when necessary, but should also watch their backs in case the Fragile Alliance goes south. This will be a unique experience for every player involved. This new mode also comes with a passive skill for every player. Understanding these skills will be the key to staying alive in this long night. Can you ride out the night?